about my shot. Got this. Hope I get the cards. I prepare for this day. One time. Breathe.
You never know when your time is going to come. To rise above the rest. To seize the opportunity. To be crowned a champion. Is it time for your story to be told? The World Poker Tour.
We are back in the Encore room of the Wynn Hotel and Casino for continuing coverage of the 2025 WPT World Championship. I'm David Lappin alongside my good friend Jesse Sylvia, and as promised, it's time to shine our lights and point our cameras on the players still in this year's main event. 96 players remain. The average stack is roughly 2 million. Two former WPT champions sit atop the leaderboard. On one of the outer tables, WPT champion Sohaib Porbandrawala has 6.5 million, and on the feature table, Konstantin Helt has a monstrous 9.6 million. Jesse, talk to me about how a stack like that can be wielded at this stage of the tournament.
I mean, that's just so many chips. You can kind of do whatever you want, to be perfectly honest. You have a lot of room to, and dare I say, make mistakes even and come back from it, which is quite rare in a poker tournament. Or, you know, have a few things go wrong, go against you, and still have plenty of room to maneuver. It's a good feeling. Really nice to see Jared in here. He obviously had an amazing run in the main event this year, but I've known Jared for a long time. He's a great guy, and I've always known him as a cash game guy, so it's really cool to see him have all this tournament success as of late.
Yeah, incredible year for Jared. Obviously in that pot taking on a bit of a legend of poker, actually, it's got to be said, Barry Schulman. Barry there sitting mid-pack, 2 million. As I said, 2 million is roughly the average stack right now. It is just a preposterously big stack for Konstantin Helt right now. Hard to sort of fathom how he must have got those chips. Must do a bit of research and look at some of the hands. There's got to be some big clashes there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is a wild table. Barry Schulman, Johnny World Hennigan. This is a little blast from the past. I'd love to see this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
40, right?
40.
80.
Raise 80.
And Helt straight into the action with the real one. $50 deep effective here. Could see him go either way with the ace-jack.
Absolutely. If we were a little deeper in the tournament, Jared might imagine Held would be opening quite wide. I don't know if a ton of ICM pressure will be applied right now. It's, you know, there are pay jumps, but they're not large and they're few and far between. So
you got to call.
Just 50. That's fine.
No discount.
And just a call from Shepard in the big blind here with ace-queen. Certainly a squeezable one, but he elects to take a flop with I guess, a hand that's going to be a lot stronger than people would expect.
Yeah, kind of a nice one to have in your calling range. Also, there's a number of stack sizes where ace-queen feels like a mandatory squeeze once somebody is flatted in front of you, but this is kind of the stack size where you don't love getting it in. You don't love 3-bet folding.
No, sometimes you'll see a shove, actually, a very big shove with precisely ace-queen in those spots, but I do generally prefer to navigate as well. So I agree with you. I think having it as like maybe your strongest flat is very nice.
Things get interesting on this offsuit 10 turn. Certainly anyone's pot to be won. Advantage might go to one of these hands if they contained a heart, but with everyone not having that important heart. I don't know what happens here.
I was going to ask you the question, does Helt want to tidy things up a little with a small bet here? But obviously his hand just wants to get to showdown. Can't really pursue much value. Opening the door for Mingini though.
Yeah, Jared is not shy to go after a number of pots. I have noticed this trend over the last couple of years where, and it looks like he's going to take this down, by the way. Oh. Well, that thought. Maybe Held has other plans. Probably didn't check twice, planning to check fold to such a small bet. However, he doesn't have a 9 of hearts, so his hand is a bit awkward here. There are a number of river cards that he's just very uncomfortable on, and even on, you know, an offsuit deuce river, he's not particularly thrilled.
Well, we've more or less got that. Do you think Mingini might be a bit worried he's being pot controlled now, or do you think he has every reason, given the flop check, to try to maybe push maybe a jack 10 or a pocket 8 off their hand?
I think Jared knew fairly where he was at in that hand with respect to his opponent's holding. I think the double check with just the check call versus small bet represents sort of that middling strength or weaker hand. The problem for Jared is, one, he doesn't have a heart, so it's a little more difficult to talk yourself into bluffing without a heart in your hand. And two, he checked back the flop, so he has to worry about, am I really representing a number of value hands that I would normally have if I had bet? Obviously, we know he could have things like maybe pocket 10s, king 10.
Oh, wow.
18?
So the first player up over 10 million immediately looks down after showing just the right amount of stickiness in that last pot. At number 1 now.
So I suppose this is how you get to 250 big blinds on day 3.
May have been plain sailing. Likely picks up nicotine here in the big with the connector. Yes, that's right, you do have aces. And potential in this one here, double gutter for nicotine.
Yeah, he caught a lot of that backdoor flush draw as well. Makes check raising a little more enticing. You do have that blocker when diamonds run out. The question is, how aggressive do we want to play against the chip leader here?
140.
Bet 140.
So immediately coming with the big size.
This is nice, this deep.
Yeah.
I really love seeing this sort of sizing on the low card board, disconnected. Still a lot of straight draws on this board, potentially.
Is this the kind of card that nicotine could consider leading on?
I think I would be very careful about leading in this situation. We know that some 8s may check raise. That said, you know, not too many because held open from under the gun, and they're quite deep, so check raising presents some problems as they get deeper with top pair. So yeah, maybe he does have a number of 8s and he can have some leads. However, this board having so many possible straight draws and flush draws, you have to be very careful about how you balance that. He does just go with a lead. I mean, he's got 6 high. This is a nice candidate to start bluffing. Yeah, and then against the bigger size, you could make the argument that some 2s or 4s fold right away versus that big flop sizing. Held sees right through this, huh?
And I guess the plan here is to pursue a little value on rivers if it gets called, but if Nicotine was to somehow find another raise, maybe you can fold your hand?
Yeah, I would imagine a lot of that is true. I think against proper draws, you either deny equity or get some money in right now. And look at this, he's going to deny equity to a hand that does have 8 outs, so that's obviously a win. Well, I got a little faked out there. I thought Nicotine was folding.
Power poker from Health,
Yeah, you can show if you want.
the
I can show if I want.
WPT Cambodia champion from last year.
Not bad. Not bad.
Wow, WPT Cambodia champion.
The first ever, the inaugural Cambodia WPT.
This man's a world traveler.
He is. Himself and his brother Justice. Grind a little bit of the circuit in my neck of the woods. I've commentated on both of them at the Merit Resort and Casino in Korinia, North Cyprus.
His brother's name is Justice?
Justice Health.
Justice Held?
How good a poker name is Justice Health?
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, if somebody puts a bad beat on you and then you get in against them again,
Yeah.
and you win, you can say Justice Held. All right. Yeah, I think the other advantage of raising the turn with aces is you kind of get to set your own price for the river. Your opponent's unlikely to call and then lead on the river. It doesn't make a lot of sense on a number of cards. Although I have seen it before. It's a very tricky line.
Raise 80.
Love seeing Barry Schulman in the mix. I haven't seen him in a tournament in a while.
Former CEO of Card Player magazine back in the day. 2-time WSOP champion.
Yeah, a man who has done a lot for the game.
Nicotine going to come with the lead here, figuring that board favors his flatting from small blind range more so than the very wide button range. Not sure. I would snipe this particular candidate, but obviously he just feels like his hand has no equity, so maybe he could just take a stab and win.
I mean, he gets it done with the Jack-10 of hearts. That's not the hand that I would have picked for that sort of line.
Well, the rich have got richer on this feature table here on the evening of day 3 of this year's WPT World Championship. 10.3 million. It really is a ridiculous stack. These guys with 2.7 million are way above average. Constantine Helt.
Yeah, I was sort of thinking, what is the average right now? Because even the shorter stacks of the table have 30, 40 big blinds.
Yeah, it's about 1.9.
1.9?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a deep tournament.
It certainly is. Great structure. These guys playing 90-minute levels. We're going to play this one and one more tonight before we bring back, I assume, about maybe 65, 70 guys tomorrow.
And play till something like 24 tomorrow and then 8 or 6. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
This is such a fun tournament. Such a fun time of year as well. But I always love watching this tournament break down as tables dissolve and we reach, you know, that final table. This is just such a special one.
Are you playing?
Jared might have some ideas here. Probably just thinking about flatting, but
Yeah, this is low jack against cutoff. I guess maybe you have some room to come with 4-bet, but it is such a nice hand to see a flop with.
yeah, not the type of hand or the stack size you generally see a lot of 4-bet bluffs coming from, but Jared is a very creative player. If he decides that it's a good spot or that his hand's best, he is extremely unafraid to pile some chips in there.
Yeah, and with these 2 overs and the sort of Queen Jack 10 of diamonds working together, he may well call a small bet here. May well consider other options. Feels like a hand that has to be in the mix if you're gonna, you know, stick around when you don't make a pair. Not loads of room here though. Maybe the kind of hand at a greater depth you might raise here, but just a little awkward, perhaps.
Yeah, it really felt like all the options were on the table there for Jared. It's a small size, great price. Does have those 2 overs, backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, the 10 of diamonds, very key card, but his hand can be dominated quite a bit as well.
Yeah, those outs not necessarily clean. Tell me a bit about John Hennigan. Obviously, he's been a stalwart of American poker for a long, long time.
Do we have any good clock to look at?
Yeah, it's funny. I have very little experience playing with Johnny Hennigan. I've always known him as a mixed game guy.
Yeah.
And generally when you get mixed game guys in a no-limit tournament, they're a bit tight. I won't lie to you. They're usually playing something like the main event where the value's too good, they got to get in there, but it's not their most comfortable game, so they play on the more snug side. Johnny Hennigan is not one of those guys.
Okay.
He can get in there. He has a lot of gears. He can mix it up. He can do some pretty wild stuff. I really like watching him play. Quite a bit. The first time I played with him was similar to the first time I played with Ms. Rocky, where I walked away thinking, I just saw some things.
Well, we are in the business of selling headwear here at WPT. FlexiFit is the official headwear sponsor of the World Poker Tour, bringing its innovative new series technology to the felt with built-in sweat absorption and moisture rerouting features. The new series keeps players looking stress-free and stain-free, even in high-pressure moments. Those hats are now available at shopwpt.com. Go check them out. Do you ever feel the need for a piece of headwear that's going to have some sweat absorption and moisture rerouting fixtures, Jesse?
You know, I don't normally think about it, but if we've got moisture rerouting, I might have to get in there.
I mostly want to know where the moisture gets rerouted to.
Probably the back of the neck. So right below the, what's that little bump back here called?
Because there are like a small room, and that's why I think it's popular. For example, WPT, you know, make a great
Below the shoulder braids, if you've been working out.
It's like EPT.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just sweat all
I have
over,
no
to be
idea.
honest.
What's that?
I just sweat everywhere.
I don't remember what it was.
Join the club, buddy.
I need a much more complicated all-body moisture rerouting system.
I mean, they had like the influencer
Full body moisture rerouting
like the influencer game, so
outfit.
Yeah.
So if they have like these people showing up, they have like good production value. Yeah, for sure.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
Good
It's very good
production,
for the game.
Popularize poker.
Stream now has probably like 5% of the viewers it had when the influencers. maybe less.
In future, maybe just something.
Get a look at Lipton
You'll
now.
be a
Pocket
legend,
nines.
you know. All viewers will come because you're on. Why not?
I actually don't want that. I don't think.
This cut off open.
I think it's called that. With
Gonna be
poker,
met
it
with
can be like
some
really
resistance here
successful,
by
but
Mingini.
nobody cares.
Ace-8 suited in the big blind. I've seen worse hands to defend in the big
You don't
blind.
stream or do something like post on social media.
Are you familiar with Lipton at all?
And,
No.
yeah, you should go do a show, you know, for that people want to come to play poker and can send a link, you know, to their families and say,
Yeah, it's great.
look, I play poker. It's not like casino games, you know.
Yeah,
it's a sport, you know. It's a big show.
Yeah, when I was on EPT stream, like all my family watched, and they told like their friends. It's great.
That's great.
And then because it's like such great.
Feels like handover, but
quality,
Mingini giving him the
they
stare down.
think, yeah, they think it's more like serious.
Does let it go. I was thinking Jared might get a little sticky there. Ace-8 high being maybe around his cutoff or ace high is the call.
United States, Vegas, some kind of game.
But he has a number of other hands to connect with the board
Yeah, that's
Without context.
in different ways. I'm still shocked by how deep this table is.
Why you go all in with ace king, you know? You can just call.
You see a guy with 10 million chips, and the other stacks are nowhere near close. You just assume that everyone else is quite short.
Did you fire a bullet into this one, Jesse?
I did not, actually. I was a good commentator this year. I made some promises that I would be available for everything that they're streaming this week. I had some nefarious plans to just jump in there anyways, but I don't know. I didn't want to let the boss down.
She is a scary figure.
She could be quite terrifying.
Yeah.
Is there any chance we can get a waiter?
Yeah, this is a good question.
Did you find your way into the turbo?
No.
That's running outside? That looks like a fun event.
It does look like a good event. Lots of flights.
Floor.
Just bumped into a guy that I auto book action with, who informed me that I'm in for 3 bullets today in that.
Oh,
So that was nice.
Waitress.
thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
They're getting a waitress for you guys.
Race.
Please.
Fold.
80.
You could see getting in there with the king-6 suited under the gun. You kind of love to see it.
Oh, yeah. And when I see an open as light as that from as early position as that, and a player who I know is well studied, I immediately think he's already made the assumption that this isn't a table that's 3-betting a lot.
Yeah. He might also have some ideas of how the big blind plays. Maybe he's noticed them under defending. That can be a little bit of the equation.
Well, note the ace queen was binned.
Wait. The ace queen 3-bet, yeah?
Oh, was it 3-bet?
Yeah, Jared took it down with
Okay.
it. Yeah, I was
Makes a
going
lot
to
more
say,
sense.
if Jared of all players
This is space, right?
open folded
change
the
one
ace
more?
queen there, I might leave the studio.
Oh, this is space.
I fold. There's no point in playing cards if the deuce of spades not in the deck, right?
Freeze. 85.
What the hell?
That's me, I think.
Oh.
Sounds like a trap door that opens. If you screw up, someone's gonna fall through.
Oh, I folded.
Okay, I see.
I don't even know if I look. I folded. Oh, it's getting warm.
Cervantes with the 9-8 suited here. Running into the 10s of Nicotine in the big. Who it looks like has just elected to defend.
I think as we get deeper, this makes a lot of sense.
Wow.
Look at that flop. My goodness. I don't think that that's
there any
correct
way
on
we
the
get a
screen.
clock
We have
that
a
we can see
10-9
up there?
deuce.
A clock. that
Two
we could
spade
see.
flop.
I mean, yeah, like that one's like hard for us to see from here. Like,
Fortunately for Cervantes, he had the exact sort of hand that you might like checking back if you're going to establish a check back range.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
we
that
can't
played
do
out nicely for him. And now he picks up an open ender. Actually has a glimmer of hope at winning this hand. Second check back.
Wow.
He has really managed to not put too many chips in the pot against top set.
Well, one feels Nicotine's going to have to do his own dirty work now. Although, if he was to check a third time, he probably would be able to check raise here. Cervantes would have plenty to bet with.
300.
Instead, he goes for the bet himself, and it's an over bet, so it will at least give Cervantes some pause for thought. Has played, though, kind of capped himself in a big way. Meant that
Yeah.
9-8 was a lot of hand not to
Not bad, not bad.
Be
I
sticky.
do some 10.
If you think about the types of
Well,
hands you're
every way
checking
of
back
the
twice,
spades
I would
on the
imagine
inside.
9-8 is quite up there
And two
Oh,
spades
yeah.
on the flop.
in terms
That
of
would
what
be
your
your
range
card.
looks like.
What?
Unbelievable.
nice decision
Sometimes
to
it's
overbet there from
Would have flopped
Nicotine.
two pair anyways.
Huh?
You would have flopped two pair anyways.
That's true. But
He's not
with,
folding
with,
10
with
deuce
deuce,
off.
I had
Yeah.
flash draw, you know, on the
Yeah,
top.
exactly.
I fold.
Yeah, I'll take a water. I get a water as well and a Perrier.
Want a Perrier?
Yeah. Thank you.
Raise 8.
Action all the way around to Shepherd on the button.
I get a diet.
And for me, please, San Pellegrino.
Perrier.
Perrier is amazing because there are no possible to take Perrier.
Gotta
Are you
feel like
sure?
health is
Yeah,
gonna
I think you
take
don't
this
have a
one
Perrier,
upstairs
just
to
San Pellegrino.
300k-ish.
You're in another room.
Okay.
Can I get a hot green?
280.
Raise 280.
I love that we've reached this point in the evolution of tournament poker where it becomes
You're not leaving.
a given that he's going to 3-bet. And then he does immediately right after. You know, 5 years ago, this was the easiest flat in the world, but these offsuit ace wheel sort of hands have just become such a clear, potent 3-bet
Did you have 80
candidate.
in there? Did you have 80 in on the big line?
Are the blinds up?
No.
Did I?
Yeah, that's why I was confused. It looked like you already had the right amount.
What's happened?
I don't know.
Posted the wrong amount.
He posted the wrong amount. That's why I was confused. It's all good. You had 80,000 in the big line.
Oh, my bad.
That's why we're on the stream.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
So he had the 3 of the bigger chip, 1 of the smaller one, rather than 3 of the smaller, 1 of the bigger.
Over ego, you say.
Yeah. You got every angle.
Jared deadpanned that so hard, I really had trouble deciding that was sarcasm or not. I'd imagine it was, but... Six-five suited in the bin for Jared. That's a bit of respect for his opponents. I've seen many tables where he was unafraid to open that from most positions.
So a little blind on blind action now.
120.
Raise 120.
I just...
Oh, hello.
You can almost feel the comfort of Held at this table as he just snap raises the ace-8 suited. Maybe not the first candidate you would think of when establishing a raising range. Blind versus blind. 30 bigs deep.
Yeah, I know.
It's a milli.
Yeah, okay.
7, 8, 9, 1.
You got it. Nice hand.
And that's exactly why you hate to see that level of equity get mucked, but nothing you can do versus the all-in.
Isn't it beautiful if you just know you're gonna see? I love it. It's almost better than the game.
Difficult decision. What do you want to do? Sleep or watch translation?
I mean, I have friends that
All
show
right.
their hands.
Yeah. This is the moment. But my best friend is my dog, you know, and it's difficult to speak with him about. Can you see translation and tell me what's happened?
I will say I have met people that said he plays better than you, but
You guys got the same sunglass store?
Excuse me?
So you guys go to the same sunglass store?
No, my better.
80.
Raise 80.
I could have it.
But this part, maybe.
I'm realizing I really like this nicotine guy. I'm not familiar with him so far, but so far we've established his best friend is his dog.
Yeah.
And his sunglasses are way better than his neighbors, who, by the way, has aces for the second time this orbit.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Not the worst. Although he would have liked Hennigan to maybe connect a little harder with the flop than he has.
55.
55.
Quarter pot gets the
Finally
job
got
done.
aces, huh?
And another show of the aces.
Finally.
17th time today.
You guys will see
Before
on stream.
dinner, after dinner, doesn't matter. Nothing change, yeah?
You guys will see on stream I already had aces one more time on this table.
No way.
I did.
Oh my
No
god.
way.
did.
No way.
No, I'm lying.
What,
Maybe.
the ace?
Another tournament?
No, the hand you showed the ace, probably.
Staying
This
balanced
tournament
there.
also
90
got-
players remaining, so we've lost
I
6
don't-
since
No, it starts now.
the break.
No, but they're like you
Everyone
said, you had aces
guaranteed.
already.
On the
Get a little in
circle.
excess of 30k, is that right,
Different
Jesse?
tournament.
No.
What's
right
that?
here.
30k? A little bit more
in the
maybe?
last 30
Guaranteed?
minutes. I got you, I got you.
I was
I got
told
you. Okay.
35.
Last hour he
Nice.
just had
Yeah.
aces, you know, 2 or 3 times, maybe
Queens,
5 times queens,
7 or 8
2
times.
times kings, you know, and sometimes ace king get
You
2
saw
times
there
we didn't see.
Is that not
2.5
normal?
million up top.
Why not? Yeah, I think just
No, I'm big
one more
Huge
day.
payday
Seems
for
pretty
one of
normal.
these
Why not?
remaining players.
Yeah, sorry.
Seems like an average day in the office, no?
Yeah.
That was not the one I was looking at it on.
And doesn't matter.
Just as
what
held
do you
already,
have if you
about
play
7% of the way there.
you know?
Ah, yeah. he busted someone aces with kings.
And he busted my friend with 7s against aces on flop 339.
He got my best friend
Raise
Leonard
90.
with his aces with kings.
You a fan of the guerrilla style
Guys, too good.
handy cam
Too good.
genre
too
in
good.
TV and
I
film?
come here.
Make you feel like you're really there in the room?
I want to
70.
Depends on my
Leaf,
mood
you
and
know,
what
same life,
beverage I have
when
in my
I was
hand, to be
same
perfectly
age.
honest.
It seems like I think he's having the most fun
I like to mix it up.
out of
I
all
like when the
people I've
cameraman
had
mixes it up as well,
100%.
shakes
Yeah.
it up.
live in his stream.
I love a pop
I
zoom.
respect it.
What's that?
A pop zoom.
Oh yeah, I like they started throwing some slow motions into some of these streams. That maybe after an all-in, I've really found those quite good.
Love it.
This is a fantastic time to pick up in the tournament because we've made it past the bubble. Players can relax a little bit and play closer to kind of a chip EV situation, which just means a little more gambling, not having to play so tight and close to the vest.
Yeah. It was a
And-
long bubble by all accounts earlier today. They came back for the start of play today with 8 players to bust before the money bubble, and it took almost 3 hours.
3-hour bubble?
Well, 3 hour for that
Yeah.
period, and everybody
Wow.
had time cards.
Wow.
Because we have table like this. Is it okay when I check my card? It's not. You don't see my card.
Yeah, it's
it's
high.
a problem.
Yeah, I know,
when you
it's a
see
bit
your card, I try every time, you know, turn left a little bit.
Yeah.
And Mingini with that very real one
Because
here in
it's
the big
really-
blind.
Yeah, it's tough. The angle.
This could go in, right, Jesse?
Yeah, I was about to say we could have a big pot on our hands.
I'll be doing my best.
325.
Feels like it's a
I
3-bet
had
induce
this
all day, and
situation
it
when I
feels
just
like
started
Hennigan must come with
play,
4-bet. So
Yeah.
don't see any way around this one. It may
was
take a few
final
moments to
table,
get these
0-4.
chips in, but we are
And
going to have a very,
I'm
very
the
big
second
flip here for
short stack, and
in
the guy
excess
with
of
short
3
stack
million.
pushed,
If
and they
Hennigan
shouldn't
thought
start.
Jared were quite tight and incapable of having or finding too many 3-bet bluffs,
I always look different.
specifically out of the big blind,
like
maybe
this and this.
maybe he finds a flat, but
And
this is
then-
not the opponent that we would against. And Jared isn't particularly
When I
thrilled
played a
to
bit
pile
PLO,
40
and PLO
40
you
big
have
blinds
to
in there
play
with
different,
ace-queen,
right?
but
So
once
we
you
have to
3-bet,
Play
there's really no
PLO
other,
here, you know.
Yeah. But with PLO,
as you
feel
alluded
like
to
this,
a minute
right?
ago.
One by one, yeah?
Yeah,
no,
you really
did, like,
made your bet already. Now, I'm
this and I
interested with
protected with
90
this hand,
players left. Are they
And
on
then I
a money
realized
jump?
it's way better for hold'em as
Wouldn't
well.
be
So now I always
strange
like have them angled.
if
to
that was a
like
money
this,
jump and maybe he
and then
wants
just
to
have
take
the
a
hand
moment
there,
here
and nobody can see it.
before calling it off.
It's all in, right?
He is all in.
Okay. I was like,
You're supposed to counter that.
Never any shame in taking a minute just in case there is a jump.
I got it.
147.
Yeah, I got it. We're good.
And just to check the
You would
stacks
get
too.
time until the stack is counted, right?
Obviously, we see that they have virtually identical chips.
Good luck.
Huge race here. 3.2 million in the middle. One of these players will be
Yeah, I got a little one.
eliminated or
Big pot.
virtually felted down to fumes. Big moment because the other player will be well above average and
whoa. That sounds
nicely in the ascendancy with 90 left in this World Championship main.
Like that.
It really is crazy because of the way these stacks are set up. It doesn't feel like this
luck.
giant all in, but this is a huge pot.
Huge pot.
We're talking 80 big blinds in the middle right
I
now.
like tens.
You like tens?
Yeah.
It's a bit,
What the
for
fuck is
me it's a
that?
bit too low.
I'm sorry, bro.
What the fuck
I'm
is
sorry,
that?
bro.
I disagree.
Just because I won one
Yeah,
spot.
you just shut the hell
weak.
up.
But
For me,
tens,
huh?
no, it's not possible tens to win.
I like
every
whatever
time.
this guy likes.
Yeah. I don't like
4 times.
tens are too low. Queens are better.
I like nine.
Nines are a pretty good hand. Yeah.
Hennigan
you like
has
hearts?
been there and done that many
Nine.
times
I
over.
like
Nines
nine.
over
But
hearts?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can see that.
this is still a big moment.
Oof. Well, Jared is going to need an ace or a queen. He needs it right now.
She's being instructed.
Yeah, she has to.
It's show, sorry.
Just the way you revealed that 7.
The torturous slow delivery
this queen.
of this river.
Boom.
No.
GG.
GG, man.
And with that, we say goodbye to this year's WSOP 8th place finisher,
Thank you.
circuit ring winner, and fair to say a player who's been on something of a heater in the past 12 months. Unfortunately, that has been extinguished in this particular tournament.
We can be tens ambassadors.
I still
I
like
mean, that might be a bit of an understatement. Final table main event.
I know, Jesse, when I'm sitting beside someone who came second in the main event, I wonder if you even look at people who come 8th as having even accomplished anything.
I mean, I put my arm around Jared after we had a beer. I said that was pretty good.
Thank you, Tony.
You know, you did your best, kid.
Yeah.
See the big blinds?
I will miss having Jared at this feature table. He's a fantastic poker player, but also just very fun player to watch.
Yeah.
Seat 7 may have, and he just got knocked out.
What did he get?
Oh, last year when we commentated together, you told me that there's a second place club. Who made it into that club this year? I haven't seen you since then.
Oh, who got second place this year?
Thank you.
I think it was an older, somewhat unknown gentleman.
What do you have when you shoved on me?
I know Spacey took 3rd.
That's right.
but I forget who took second this year. This is bad. I'm not representing the tribe very well. Usually what happens is Jay Farber invites him to our bi-monthly meetup, which is at the Sizzler.
When you stand up, guys, be careful with stairs because I just...
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Close.
You almost stayed it?
Too close, too close.
That would have been good TV.
But enough people.
That would have been good TV.
$80.
Raise 80,000.
Very nice peak down here for Cervantes.
240.
Big slick. More than enough to induce here. Health. Interesting to see how he proceeds.
How much are you playing?
Can I get some kind
This is
of
1.2, 1.3 behind.
Wouldn't be completely outrageous to see a flat here.
No, not completely outrageous. Perhaps a bit optimistic.
Yeah.
Think you could consider something a little on the aggressive side if you're holding like ace-4, ace-5. Those sort of hands are maybe a little more
what we're looking at.
theory approved, but they're also close that if you feel weakness
He
for
just
your
sent
opponent,
it.
yeah. I mean,
Oh, we hate to see that. Right. That's not a real tower.
Health with, you know, one of those
Yeah, what's the fuck?
somewhat magical hands.
yeah.
Wheel aces do
1.2.
perform reasonably
Behind.
well even against
Yeah,
the calling
1.5.
range.
1.5 something.
Ace king suited versus ace 3 suited now for another 3.2 million pot. Back to back.
I prefer hearts.
How good can Held run here?
What is available? How about a 4 spade?
4 spades would be quite the card. 7 opens a lot of doors.
Yeah, we have 10, we have a 6. We can still spike our 3. No help. Ace on the river. We'll ship this one to Cervantes, 3.2 million. So John Hennigan and Cervantes getting very, very healthy double ups here to way above average. A lot of chips on this table now. Nicotine also in the 3 million club. Misstep from Constantine there, or the kind of hand that maybe
I was pretty excited when he didn't snap.
it's sort of justifiable when his image is one of opening quite a wide range, and it's the kind of hand that performs well as a 4-bet, so maybe he has to find hands like that from time to time.
No jumps or anything.
Yeah, I don't.
have to look at the clock,
It's
make sure
tough
there
to
isn't
say
jump.
because we've seen so few hands from these players, and we know that he's had it quite a bit.
Well,
But
I think the next one's like 79.
if he is getting after it a lot, and he's opening quite a bit. You know, that's something he may have to lean into a little bit, is finding more jams over 3-bets because he expects his opponent to find more 3-bets against him.
All right.
It's a dangerous game, though, Lappin, because you start talking yourself into these sort of things, and you can get overboard with it very quickly. Suddenly you're putting a lot of chips in against some nits who just always have it when they 3-bet. Things like that happen.
Back to the good ones.
What ones
Back to
again?
the good hands.
Back to the good hands.
No playing around.
Wait 5 minutes, you receive aces again.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I just don't know enough again about Cervantes to know if he's the sort of player that we want to be shoving the ace-3 suited against. It could be a perfectly fine play. I will say, Held seemed to almost exude this little bit of confidence every time he opened prior to that hand, and now I see frustration from his corner instead. So that little shift in and of itself might take a lot of the value out of, if there's value in the shove in the first place, it may remove a lot of the value when you run into it. Suddenly you feel a bit more deflated.
Now, Jesse, you very kindly came on my podcast, The Chip Race, a few weeks ago, and you were telling me about the mystery quest, which took place here just a few days ago, or at least the Las Vegas portion of it did. Actually, hold that thought for one moment, because I want to talk about playing cards, specifically copag playing cards. Copag is the now official sponsor and supplier of the World Poker Tour, bringing its renowned premium plastic decks and new RFID-enabled technology to WPT's feature tables and televised events. Fans can see Copag's signature craftsmanship on full display at this year's WPT World Championship at Wynn Las Vegas. Anywhere you go, in the poker room, in one of these beautiful ballrooms, every table, Copag cards.
I mean, the World Poker Tour really does hold a very high bar in terms of everything that they do. The quality level is unmatched, I would say.
But go on, tell me about the mystery quest, because I see a car, a very obnoxiously golden, sparkly car every time I walk through the hallways here, which I know has been won already.
Yeah, actually, Ashley and I were commentating on the final table, so we got to watch the player who had won that car.
Nice.
He
Jonas, right?
Yeah, he was chip leading until four-handed, where a number of hands went against him. But in that time, where we watched him, he won, I think, 135 in bounties when there was only like 136 up top.
Wow.
And previously, before he made that final table, I think he won something like 40,000 in bounties, along with a car, some sort of like gaming computer system. All in all, I think he took home something like 400,000 in value of the bounties that he won.
Incredible.
Yeah, really cool tournament when that happens. For instance, Lonnie got third for, I want to say, less than 100K, but she had ripped 100K mystery bounty, so a little double up to her score.
Yeah, lovely. I feel like Nicotine
320
is going to take this one upstairs.
300.
And indeed he does. Shepherd. Flatted quite a strong hand here. Feel like maybe he back jams this?
Certainly possible.
Given what we know about Nicotine from just a small sample of this feature table alone, I feel like his squeezing range is so wide that you would just think this was quite a nice way to execute.
He finds this jam very quickly and confidently.
Now, the problem for Nicotine is he will be thinking hands like pocket eights and pocket nines would also do this. And does he want to surrender
50?
The equity in this pot in what would be a flip situation? We see, of course, it's not. He is dominated.
I forget we still got these fives in play.
It's not a terrible price. We're calling 900 to win something around 2.6. Probably need 38 to 40%.
Yeah, as soon as you start putting ace jacks in there and sevens, eights, nines, it becomes extremely close. It probably becomes a call, in fact.
Yeah, the question is, how often does your opponent have those hands? And he put it in very quickly. Does he do that with those? Is he much more confident in shoving a hand like ace, queen, ace, king? Plays it safe. He's going to be very happy he did that in a couple hours. we've already seen a number of 3-bets with the ace queen offsuit so far at this table, but that showcases part of the power of flatting.
Indeed it does. Well, there's been a fair amount of movement here in the first hour or so of play. Konstantin Helt began with 9.5, chipped up to almost 11, and he's back down at 9 again after that arguably misstep against Rudy Cervantes. John Hennigan got the big double up. 3.2 million, his 10s holding against ace queen. At the other end, Shepard and Lipton both playing 1.7 and 1.3 million. What feels like shorter stacks on this particular table, but actually very, very healthy.
I just don't know if I've ever seen a feature table that's this deep stacked. It's wild. And as we see, you know, a couple of these players double up, probably more players will shuffle in. It only becomes more so.
55,000.
Nicotine still thinking about that last hand in the fold that he made.
And I think part of the equation for him as well was preserving the stack sitting in front of him right now as well. Like, probably felt like there was quite a material difference between, you know, the weapons that would be at his disposal. Would he fall back to 1.4, 1.5 versus, okay, yes, maybe a couple of weapons gained if he was a bit deeper, certainly more chips gained, but I think just, you know, probably putting a premium on nudging and nerdling his way through the field here rather than taking a big spot like that.
Yeah, absolutely. As poker players, we're sort of overly confident by nature. You get to the last 100 or so players in a almost 2,000 player tournament. There's a lot of money up top. You start thinking of ways that you can really push your edges and avoid variance to some extent. That feels like a very apt spot to maybe alleviate yourself of a little bit of variance, making the perhaps slightly tight fold. I think it was a very acceptable fold, though. I expect to see those ace queens and maybe even some ace king traps more often than you think.
That will do it for Schulman, a little pot going his way.
I think that's the first pot we've seen him involved in so far.
What is his son's name, who I remember also wrote for Card Player back in the day? Nick? No, it's obviously it was not Nick. It was
Jeff.
Jeff, well done.
Jeffrey. I've played a little bit of min bet with Jeff.
Okay.
In my day. He's actually a very funny guy at the table. I really enjoy his presence.
Maybe.
Yes, as I recall, like quite a sarcastic, sardonic kind of sense of humor.
It's got that nice cutting sarcasm for sure. Schulman back to back here with the ace king. I look at a guy like Schulman and I think of the WSOP Player of the Year tournament maybe 20 years ago that I watched him in when I was first starting to get into poker on TV. It was guys like him, Negreanu. I mean, that kind of stuff really warms my heart. That's like the quintessential years of poker for me.
Yeah, much smaller groups of people. Those who were at the top, you were almost familiar with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big payday too. I think that might be his record score of around 1 million.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Three.
Raise 300,000.
Cheeky 3-bet here from Cervantes out of the small.
It's almost a psychological effect where the last time he 3-bet, he had the goods, played a big pot, and so you don't want to step in it and be the next guy to play a big pot with him when he has it.
We're more than 3 million, yeah?
Cervantes knows that they could play a deep one here. He's got a suited connector, wants to see a flop.
Yeah, that said, Nicotine is not a man who looks like he's about to fold.
Oh, and he's not going to fold to 1-bet at least now.
This is going to be a difficult one for Cervantes to win.
Is it a kind of one-and-done spot here? You just take your stab hoping that pocket sixes folds and you sort of wave the white flag if it doesn't work out?
I would generally guess that that's the case. However, his hand is so weak, maybe this is one of the ones you use for some multiple barrel type of bluff.
Well, a little bit of showdown now for Nicotine to go with this flush draw. Not a good card for Cervantes here. Obviously, Jack-9 suited gets there.
Yeah, textually, this is somewhat problematic card for the out-of-position 3-better. Hands like 10-9 pick up equity, Queen-Jack, Ace-Jack makes a double gutter. Just a lot of things improving after he's been called on the flop. Ooh.
Well, there is a card he can certainly represent here. Ace-King, the hand he had the last time he 3-bet, obviously Ace-2 this time, but he could come with a big bet and make life very, very uncomfortable for Nicotine.
And with the worst possible ace.
All in.
Wow.
I can't imagine a better combo to execute here. Execute this big bluff. Yeah, look at Nicotine's face.
And no thought to going with pot or a little over pot. 2.2 pot.
It's okay,
Just dropping the hammer, like putting 9 in a real spot of bother there. Pocket 9, say something like that. You'd hate life.
Yeah, I mean, pocket 9s are not loving it, that's for sure. I don't know if Nicotine's folding pocket 9s based on just the general character we've seen from him so far. Also, you know, it would be a pretty exploitable fold considering that you don't have a lot of better straights in your arsenal at that point.
No, you're at the top of your range, and unfortunately one of those spots where it's like your opponent is suddenly uncapped.
Yeah. That was a nice hand for Cervantes.
Yeah, it felt like he was almost done with the hand, and then just this little opportunity, the sea parted for him.
It's a perfect example of running good and playing good because the opportunity presented itself, but he still has to execute on it. And I've seen people kind of chicken out in those spots quite a bit.
Indeed.
Or sometimes they bet too small and then they get looked up by some sort of top pair hand.
Raise.
He really put his opponent to the test there.
Well, speaking of putting your opponent to the test, Barry Schulman, with quite a small 3-bet here with Ace-King suited out of the small, but enough to get the job done against Justice on this occasion. A little surprised, maybe Justice didn't double check the price there and
not getting there anyway.
recognize that it wasn't particularly nice price.
Then I gotta go for a gut shot.
C3 with the suited hand.
If you're calling it, checks around.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I think it's possible that he was equating smaller 3-bet with very nutted holding, and he didn't want to get in a situation post-flop where he improves, but he's actually behind. quite a bit.
Fold.
But, you know, it's always nice to take that price and just go along with it, see what happens.
Well, a sudden flurry of activity for Schulman here. Some nice distribution.
Shepard with a very peelable hand, maybe something he would have continued with earlier in the tournament. As they get deeper, obviously he's not looking to speculate as freely.
Check. Check.
Oh, and I'm a little surprised by that quick check. We'll get another bite of the cherry, one presumes. Can go for a delay c-bet, but did expect just the more standard 1.5 big blind c-bet there on the ace-queen texture.
Usually that's what you see, but I think having some checkbacks on that board from the button maybe makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. Well, we saw it earlier on today. Those creators, those influencers are certainly capable of creating some action at the poker table. There is another creator poker game tomorrow night, the Creator Poker Championship, which promises to bring the World Poker Tour and Creator Television together for a first of its kind charity-driven showdown. There is a smorgasbord of influencers and talent going to show up for that one. Fans can watch the live event from the Wynn Las Vegas on Creator Television and on the WPT streaming channels from 5 o'clock. If that's your cup of tea, check it out. Just a little cheeky callback for one person there, the reference to a cup of tea. The first thing Jesse Sylvia said to me as he walked into the booth today, having not seen me in over a year, was, "Would you like a cup of tea?" Which I took to be quite a racist comment.
It does, the way you said it, it sounded very sarcastic, but I was being quite genuine.
You're being very good. Wasn't even accurate racism, you were lumping me with the Brits.
Well, it's not true racism if you aren't a little ignorant about it. Lappin already let me know my mistake was I didn't offer him a Guinness.
I drew him a map of Ireland where the border was, and I explained that on either side a Guinness would be the...
Like, tea goes here, Guinness goes here. Don't mistake it again. I've actually never been to Ireland.
Oh, you should come for the Irish Open.
I would love to go to Ireland. I would love to go for the Irish Open as well.
Easter weekend.
Yeah?
Oh, it's going to be huge.
What is East? Is that April?
Yeah.
Okay.
10th to the 20th of April.
10th to the 20th of April.
Yeah. It's in a really nice part of Dublin. Loads of nice things to see and do on your time off. And then, yeah, you'll have a good time.
So I think we discussed this last year, but I took an Irish studies course when I was in high school, and I was blown away by how beautiful that country looks. And I've always wanted to make it out there. I just, for whatever reason, haven't so far.
Oh, check.
Yeah, certainly one of the greenest countries.
I've genuinely liked every Irish person I've ever met as well.
Oh, excuse me.
There hasn't been a ton of them, but I've always really enjoyed hanging out with them.
And
the Scots too. The Scots
are great.
The Scots are great.
Yeah. No, and share much more closely than any other part of Britain. The Scots with the Irish is who we would identify favourably with.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, you know, you have the
we
exact
feel like we're
same
the same
accent.
I'm
just kidding.
It's yeah, so maybe similar.
Yeah.
No, that was my stupid American impression.
I'm pretty sure it was Aces.
Yeah. No, you should come out. And that goes for anyone tuning in here. If you are
beat or
from
somebody
farther
lost
afield
each
and you've
other.
never been to Europe or you've never been to Ireland, could not recommend more highly the Irish Open.
Not another
It's
stroke.
a real
One is
festival.
enough.
I think the best comparison to what you've got on the American scene is Run Good. The Run Good festivals and the sort of spirit that they're played in.
Oh,
People
okay. That's a
drinking and
that's a
having
great
fun
thing to
and-
be compared to, because they really do keep a great
Yeah, I think that's the
energy about
closest
them.
thing I can tell from the outside. I've never been to a Run Good event, but I can tell that Tana and his team are similarly focused on the off the felt as much as the on the felt celebrations.
Just making it fun and not as serious all the time, at least.
Exactly.
I like that.
This has been an intriguing feature table, it must be said. We are over the hour mark with these guys. I think maybe 15 or 20 minutes left before they go on break. I don't know if we're going to keep them. I would be very happy to keep this group together. Maybe we're going to share the love and get a new Ennead of players, but
I was told we may be keeping this table.
nice.
Yeah, it's a great table. Some really solid poker, very deep stacks. Also, I like when I don't know a number of the players at the table. Leaves a lot of room for interpretation about their game.
Check.
A little blind v blind action here. Lipton dominated pre-flop, but he has flipped the script here. Flopping top pair, checks it over, hoping to induce a bet from Hennigan. Might have to do his own betting now.
So funny how the stack size can just change the dynamic of the hand so much. If they were, 60 big blinds deep, I think Hennigan might have found an ISO quite a bit there, but at 30, he really doesn't want to have to raise and then fold to some sort of re-raise with a hand as strong as Jack-9 suited. And in just checking back, he loses the pot to a hand that he has dominated.
Some news from the outer table. Soheb Porbandawala, who I mentioned was in second place in this tournament, has obviously lost a couple of big ones. He's gone from 6.5 million down to 2.2 over the course of the last hour.
This is Soheb?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Umang
unfortunate to hear.
Datani is our new second place player. He is 5.4 million, as does Yu Chen Chan and Graham Newman.
Raise 220.
Lipton with the pocket king, smaller 3-bet size, and he's picked the right opponent and the right type of hand to do this against. He has him quite dominated, and Nicotine might take this price. No, he folds right away.
Wow, it's like they've got these spider senses to the smaller 3-bets being legit.
Yeah. That was a really nice snap fold, considering he called a much larger re-raise earlier when he held 8-7 suited.
A few more notables still in the field. Zach Van Kuren, the prime winner from last year. You may recall his epic raffle stomp of that prime final table. He is out there with 2 million, as is Motion Sharania. Stephen Keogh of Ireland, still in the mix with about 2 million as well. Stephen came, I want to say 11th or 12th in this event, the first year it was run. Asher Kniff has got 1.9 million.
How much Smo got?
Yeah, I got you. Call.
Two, looks like 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ralph Perry's out there with 2 million as well.
Wow.
Do you feel like I'm in a bit of a time warp today?
Yeah, Ralph Perry, Johnny World, Barry Schulman. We need a little Barry Greenstein in the mix. We could really be doing it here. Actually, I saw E-Dog when I was coming in.
I saw him too, yeah.
So there we go. You know what I miss? Do you remember The Crew? I rewatched some old WSOP episodes, and there's this group called The Crew. It was
was like Gavin part of that?
No.
No, okay.
No, I'm trying to think. It was Gank and oh man, I'm blanking on names right now. Somebody in the chat help me out if you guys remember The Crew
80?
from it was like 2024 or 2020 or sorry, 2004 or 2005. These names will come to me. I will.
I look
Scott
forward to it.
Fishman.
Oh yeah, okay.
Was in The Crew.
Prahlad? No.
No, not Prahlad. Yeah, that was an early group of guys that were doing what we all dreamed of, just traveling the country with their friends and crushing poker tournaments, playing some cash on the side.
Did you happen to see Matt Savage on your way in?
I did not.
He's been dressed as Santa Claus all day.
Really?
Full Santa garb.
Raise 80,000.
I would have noticed that if I had seen it. I won't lie to you. Savage can really do it, man.
Kind of like the Santa Claus, like Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places, who may or may not have a full salmon down his front. Or maybe a Billy Bob Thornton, Bad Santa.
That's my all-time favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Bad Santa's, that's it for me. That's a perfect movie.
I couldn't tell all day whether Matt was loving it, being in costume as Santa Claus and handing out presents and ho-ho-hoing around the room, or if it was his idea of hell.
I always like to imagine that nobody asked Matt to do these things. he just showed up in a Santa suit. It makes me a little happier to think that that's true. Speaking of Billy Bob, have you seen this show Landman yet?
No.
Oh, it's quite good.
I'll put it on my list.
I've been on kind of a Billy Bob tear. I watched Landman, and then a friend convinced me to watch the show Goliath, which season 1 of Goliath was really good.
Okay.
And then the drop off in the next few seasons was quite steep.
Oh.
But season 1 is really solid television.
I'll have to give that a look.
Dutch Boyd, thank you.
Nice.
Dutch Boyd was in The Crew. And Joe Bartholi, do you remember him? I believe he won the
That name does
WPT
ring a bell.
Championship one year. And when he won, I think there's this video of him crowd surfing his friends afterwards.
That will look ridiculous on stream.
Those were great times. To be young and optimistic again, Lappin.
To be able to crowd surf. Cervantes with a 3-bettable one here. Lipton opening things up with the ace-4. Just going to flat the ace-queen. Keep in some of the hands he dominates. Maybe also player dependent. I get a sense just from how some of these guys have reacted to Lipton's actions that maybe they have him pegged as one of the tighter players.
Yeah, that was sort of the idea that I got watching him, but I can't tell if it's just his general demeanor that caused that or his actual game.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen anything that would make us think that he's on the extremely nitty side by any means. Ace queen is just that classic hand that could go either way a little bit. You're allowed to 3-bet bluff with it. Be forced to fold sometimes when they shove on that stack size.
Do you like a c-bet there with the ace-4 suited? I kind of do. You've got some barrelable ones on the 10-3 deuce. And you got the 2 of clubs working there.
Yeah,
Would
I
have
think
liked
it's
to
pretty
see that,
reasonable. You have some hands that really like betting right now, or they're quite interested in it. Something like pocket jacks or ace-10. So it's nice to have some other semi-bluffable hands in the mix.
Yeah. Credit to him, he's recognizing that this king is representable. He's going to fire out a semi-bluff here. Maybe get some pocket pairs between the 3 and 10 to fold. Seems plausible that he would do so. Ace-queen also in a spot of bother here. Although, suddenly not thinking of him like the tight player we have maybe pegged him as. Cervantes is going to keep him honest.
I mean, as far as floats go, this feels like a pretty premium float right here. We have the queen of hearts, so we can represent on heart rivers. Our hand could be good if it's not. Usually an ace, queen, or jack is live.
Check. And Lipton just too worried about the king X in Cervantes' range that he wouldn't be able to dislodge. Is it possible to find value now with the ace-queen? I guess he feels like it is.
350.
Could be a king-jack type hand that's checked it over to you there, and you've brought yourself to value town. But Cervantes with a dead-on read that he has the best hand right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if that's a really nice value bet or a bit greedy.
I think it's a bit greedy, personally.
It could be. I mean, maybe he expects the better kings to just always bet themselves because they don't want... They want to get hero called by something like Jack 10.
Sure.
It's hard to imagine your opponent has that many hands that are worse that are calling you. Obviously, he gets there with something like Queen Jack and he finds a call. Maybe a 10 calls itself, but I don't know. He certainly put that bet out there very quickly and quite confidently, so. Feels like he has a good understanding of that spot.
And what a spin up for Cervantes here. Had just 1.3 million not that long ago. Now hovering just south of the 4 million mark. Double average.
Barry is rolling right now. He was relatively card dead to start the stream, but he has opened a number of hands in the last orbit or two. Top pair here.
Yeah, we saw him check back the king jack on this sort of texture in this almost exact same spot 1 orbit ago. Just fire out the c-bet now with the ace deuce. Obviously got some wheel and diamond backdoors working as well. Health with the nut-no pair gotta stick around, right?
Yeah, I think this is well more than enough of it to stick around. All of the gut shots, pretty happy to call a less than half pot bet. You know, you do some bluffing when it goes check-check on the turn sometimes. King, jack high could certainly be the best hand.
This is always an interesting inflection point in a hand such as this one, whether Schulman goes for bet again and probably won't be greedy on river, or does he check and then be fairly happy to station rivers? Decides on the ladder.
Yeah, I think with the deuce kicker, certainly lean towards the ladder. I would play this fairly linearly in terms of kickers, so like ace jack does a lot of betting on the turn, ace deuce does not. Now Held has to decide if he wants to bet here. He has a lot of worse gut shots that have also missed in king 10 and jack 10. Yeah, I think if he bets all of them, it's just too many bluffs. So he decides to just take showdown with the king high. Very reasonable. Schulman doesn't even think about betting. I guess fair enough. He's capped his range. He doesn't want to be check raised.
Yeah, and Held exactly the kind of person who might pounce on a spot like that.
my idea that was not checking would not have worked out. That is for third.
I assume the idea that wasn't checking was betting more than the pot.
Cervantes has had an unbelievable level. What did he come in with? I think it was like 1.4, 1.5?
He actually came in with 2.2, but immediately lost a couple of pots.
Ah, okay.
And was there around 1.4 after that.
I think 2.1, but
well, still nearly a double up for the level. That'll work.
Absolutely. And
320.
nice situation for Health here to drop the hammer on a wide button range. Don't think Nicotine will be sticking around here. Few pots have gone the wrong way for Nicotine. I feel like maybe he's going to need to patch that up.
Perhaps. Also not helpful when you have your opponent picking up 10s against your light button open. Could think of better situations than that. Oh, I see what you did there. Oh, I see. Don't think that got by me. Just needed 15 or 20 seconds to...
Yeah. Yeah, I was a bit worried I'd smoked you there.
Listen, buddy, you're in the booth with not quite the best of them, but I'm in the top half. All right.
one level.
I think so. Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, one more. Enough? Or you want to
Bottom pair against middle pair
Maybe
here
2 or 3.
in this battle of the blinds.
Maybe
Hennigan
back,
gonna
you know.
try to protect these fours.
Oh, I'm down to play them.
It's not going to work.
I'll ask him if we can play 2
Lipton.
or 3 more levels on the future table.
Does he ever come with raise to protect his own 6 here, or is it always call?
Yeah, every time.
I think he's pretty happy to mostly just call here. Maybe wait for a diamond to raise. Also, he's got some backdoor sort of things covered. Case in point, this 7. He picks up an open ender.
And now both players with enough showdown, although not anymore. Hennigan backs into the straight, as does Lipton. I guess depending on size, we might see raise, or we might see call from Hennigan.
125.
Fairly healthy bet here.
Yeah, I think just call now against this size.
Hennigan maybe trying to decide just how often does Lipton actually check call with the flush draw. If he had a jack with a flush draw, surely he would put more money in the pot.
Very good hands. Nice hands.
I think ultimately you land on call because you're just a little bit afraid that your raise does not get called by worse.
I mean,
Yeah.
straight is tough.
Yeah, there's not much to target there. Interesting to me there is how watchful Health is of all these hands that don't involve him. He's really playing them through, working out what these guys are up to, what kind of hands they're willing to bet flops with, etc., etc. He stays always engaged with whatever hand is taking place, even when he's not in the action. As we see, we're down to 80 players already. So not quite dropping like flies, but there is a reasonable rate of attrition here.
Raise 80,000.
Shepherd in the low jack, Nicotine gonna flat in the high jack.
This feels like more of a mandatory flat than the ace-queen offsuit, which could go either way. You really hate to be shoved on when you have the ace-queen suited in these positions. And the hand just plays so well. Even if you go multi-way, players call behind, just still plays so well post-flop.
Ace of diamonds in hand here for Shepherd on this 8-7 deuce 2 diamond board. He's going to check it over to Nicotine, who's got a backdoor of his own. Diamond starting to materialize.
I wonder if Shepherd had some ideas of check raising on that flop. Certainly the type of hand that could go down that route. Now it's a third diamond, yeah. This is the sort of bet that's just easy to make because it can never be too bad. Gets a lot of things done. Even if you have the best hand, clearing out equity is never the worst.
Yeah.
You can get a few better hands to fold occasionally. Obviously, the next best hand calling here doesn't prove that point so well. And then, of course, you have a lot of equity, and you can just get there on the river like you did.
Got it, thank you.
Shepherd now just considering size. I think you probably make your target hand an inferior flush here and get kind of greedy.
Sure. Unfortunately for him, his opponent had the exact opposite of what he was hoping.
Remind me what you. Is this mine? This one is mine. Okay. In case you didn't hear you.
Perfect timing, yeah? Perfect timing.
Got just a couple more hands left on this level.
You do not enjoy playing on the feature table, it's great.
And before we play those hands, I want to tell you about poker tables that you can purchase. The WPT BBO Lumen HD poker table delivers the authentic World Poker Tour experience. The table is used in official WPT events, and now it can be available to you to elevate your game room, your poker club, or your tournament series. Choose from multiple WPT designed layouts, each crafted to capture the energy and prestige of the tour. These surfaces combine stunning visuals, and this is the important part, Jesse, with water resistance and exceptional card glide. Nobody wants a table where those cards don't slide nicely, and nobody wants their table ruined when their ignorant mate spills a beer on the very first night you premiere your new poker table that you've just spent probably a lot of money on.
I'm noticing a trend of liquid movement in all of these ads. Is that a theme for this year, or is that?
Maybe that's just where I bring all my ad reads. I'm just always concerned about spillages.
It's more about what you're focused on.
It's what I fixate on.
I see.
Before I make a big purchase.
That wasn't even on the read. It was just.
No, I
added that one in.
I did a very straight read the first time, but this is the third time round, so I'm being playful with them. Liv Brie won a poker table this afternoon.
Really?
That was her big present from Santa for being the best player of the day.
Raise 80,000.
Her own custom designed poker table.
Wow.
Pretty nice.
Pretty nice. With Santa being Matt Savage.
Yeah. I think he has to go out and like fashion the wood and build it for her in her home now.
I could not imagine a better Christmas than Matt Savage showing up in a Santa suit.
Yeah, and a saw.
Building me a custom table. And a what?
And a saw.
And a saw. Give me one of those old school, no electricity needed.
Yep.
$55,000.
55,000.
Barry cutting out a little raise here. They're on the deeper side, but still he has quite a strong top pair. Number of easy candidates to mix in his bluffs as well.
Can't wait to see on stream. I got bluffed here. Nice hand.
Oh yeah, they might do more.
Nice hand.
Are we taking
With
the?
that,
Are
we
we taking the mics
conclude
off?
the first session
Turn them
from
off.
this WPT World Championship main event 2025. This same septet of players will be back in a little over 15 minutes time. Will Constantine Helt build on this enormous chip lead? Will we see a bust out at the feature table? Do join me and Jesse in, yeah, just about 15 minutes time.
He's going with it, all in.
Have to imagine this is as light of a hand as he ever goes with under the gun. LeBranch is interested. If he hadn't just pulled the 75K, he might be a little more interested, but he does shove it in.
Wow.
LeBranch is here to win bounties.
Worked out so far for him. You can see why he has so many bounties from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I mean,
I'm live.
Ace-5 offsuit is what you're looking for when you put in with Jack-7 suited.
So Jonah LeBranch up against Nicholas Huen, who has just been surviving, gotten a few ladders, a few payouts. Now he's looking to double up.
This feels like a classic heat check spot. How good can LeBranch run right now? That's pretty good.
Wow.
Top 2 is nice.
Smashes the flop.
So there's a lot of fun turn cards at least.
Nicholas does not look like he's having fun.
No, he's, you know,
No.
that's not really
That'll do it.
a
for
turn card where he's
Nicholas.
having fun either. Man,
Great game from Nicholas. I think he played super well.
We're on another pause.
Just did not get hit with the deck like
One more until your
Jonah
one
over
more, I
here,
got you. Yep.
who will pick up that bounty.
One more until your tower.
So Nicholas taking home 39,000.
Is there like one cool thing that you're gonna, you know, maybe buy with any of the bounties for Christmas or for your
Probably.
kid? Is there a cool charity?
We're doing stuff to the house.
Okay.
We were gonna do it, but
House stuff is expensive.
it is very.
You get a pool or something?
Gonna do an addition, redo the bathroom.
Yeah, and then the rest on drugs, right?
No.
All right, let's go. Hopefully you don't get the zeros.
Me?
But also, I think it's fine. Think
Listen, if I got the 0, I wouldn't be upset.
Right. Well, can you be upset for camera? Can you cry a little bit? Give us some juice.
Maybe. Don't look, man. Oh, I did. 10K, we'll take it, baby.
And another 10K for the man. That
Let's
means
go.
the 000 bounty is still in there.
I've been fading it.
You have been fading it.
Fading it.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Hey, congrats again.
Thank you, thank you.
Are you gonna get one or what?
So the 0 isn't even a sweat now because you know if you get 3 zeros in a row, because
Yeah.
you're
you could,
you're
you
done.
Could.
No,
No.
yeah.
Because it'll go 0, 0. There'll be 6 zeros.
Okay. But see if
And
you
we have
if
a
you get
50K
Oh,
left?
there's 6 zeros on the
3
0?
zeros,
What a
you get
troll.
3 zeros and then a comma, you know there's no 100K anymore. So it's I won't tell anybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, no. 3 zeros and a comma because there's still a 50K. There's a 40K.
Oh, there's a 40?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. We were trying to guess what the
and
last one
I
was.
think there's a
Numbers are hard.
another 20.
Sweet. All right. Cool.
We'll see when you pull it.
Well,
you got to pull one though.
You're doing
it's going to be difficult.
Nikki with the needle.
Thanks.
his hair's a little too nice for a seasoned
right,
12-year-old grinder
Right.
veteran of the game.
Too nice of a jacket. He's still wearing pants with like a zipper.
Yeah,
you know?
by year 6 you have
Sweats.
a much less nice hoodie on and no hygiene at that
Right.
point. Yeah. I feel you on this.
1.465.
Ooh, this could be
LeBranch,
something.
yeah.
We know LeBranch is not super interested in folding.
I mean, this is just a great hand to call anyway in this situation. He's got all the chips. This is up for a bounty.
All in?
Yeah.
Here he goes.
Lonnie will be.
Oh, Greenberg with the ace-jack.
Wow, Greenberg is going to be forced to fold here, and
yeah,
he's going to be upset about it because I think he would have happily called Lonnie off.
1 point.
Maybe not happily, but I think he would have called.
He's considering. Just based on his previous play, I don't really see him going with this.
If Greenberg calls here, yeah, I will walk out of the room. I don't see it, but.
Okay, our girl Lonnie all in with the ace-10 against LeBranche's king-queen offsuit. Lonnie is the one at risk.
Good luck, Lonnie.
Trying to double up so she can get back in the mix here.
Ace-10 versus king-queen.
Lonnie's tenacity has been impressive so far today. She has lost the only all-in she's played. I think she lost a flip for a bounty.
Oh, there we go.
Look at that flop.
Well,
and she's been 3-bet every single open. Somehow she's stuck around with almost the chip stack she started the day with.
She's definitely been in
like
the toughest spot at the
ace
table.
3-2.
And now she's looking really good for a double
just
up
needs
here.
to fade the jack on the river.
Not trying to jinx her with that comment. I was being sincere. There you go,
That'll
back in
do
the
it.
mix.
4-6 flat.
Okay.
Let's go.
And even with that, look, LeBranche has everybody covered by double. So really
Across 2 days. That's
across
sick.
2 days, yeah.
Plus a G-Wagon.
Plus the gaming setup too.
I mean, he's closing in on a $500,000 worth of prizes here.
From 100. I don't know
In
how
a
many
tournament with a 136 up top, by the way. That's so sick.
Yeah.
Here we go. All in
I'm
from
all in.
LeBranche.
Okay.
Oh.
Greenberg calls here. We've got action. Ace-5 suited for LeBranche against Greenberg's pocket eights. He will be at risk.
Yeah, both of you.
Little fist bump.
This is a massive swing because this means if LeBranche loses this, he loses his chip lead. And it's actually almost a 4-horse race at that point.
Wow, this is huge. Greenberg has been so solid and steady.
Oh, that one.
Nah, it's a hand played itself.
Oh, that is a nice flop for pocket eights.
Queen 10-5, all spades. Greenberg with the spade. Branch does pick up a pair. King on the turn gives him even more outs for a straight. Greenberg hoping to hold for one more card. And he does, making a flush on the river. Wow, so look at these chip counts once they move around. Greenberg, our new chip leader with 4.5 million. But not too far behind that is Lonnie with 3.7, the others with 3.3 apiece. So things just got spicy. I wonder how Jonah is going to adjust going forward. Looks like he's going with this one.
Yeah, he's decided that he doesn't want to have to pay the ante in the big blind next time and his double up significantly less with a random hand, so he's going to go with this one. But he does have 6.5, so he maybe has time to fold a little bit.
All in.
Whoa. Greenberg isolating with the 6-4 suited. It does the job. And he gets heads up, all in against once chip leader, LeBranche.
Greenberg's giving LeBranche a little bit of the LeBranche treatment here.
He's ahead with his King 7.
Yeah, he's quite happy to see that one. 60% with the King 7-0.
Greenberg looking for his first bounty at the final table.
Oh.
6 in the window, followed by a 7.
I was thinking
And a 5. What a flop.
Crazy.
Sweat tea.
Yeah. See 13 outs off the top of your screen.
Well,
No longer
That
slow, right?
is a bad card for LaBranche.
Nina.
We have 7 outs to a chop.
Want to do my shot, man?
Well,
Come
he
on.
gained some
How about a
percentage by
4?
standing up.
4 parts. I'm probably alone reading for you. Maybe, yeah,
4
friendly.
or 9 to chop.
Yeah.
That'll do it
Game?
for Jonah
Good game, Jonah.
LaBranche.
Good game?
Good
That's fine with
game.
you?
Yeah, you
Very
too.
well played, sir.
As well.
Can't wait to draw the 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
All right, yeah, we're on a break or a mini break for Ben.
Do
So
the mini.
he secures
He's gotten
50K
cold,
payout for this final table, but he walks away with over
Ben,
100K in bounties
you
just
came
today.
through.
told me.
I did.
Plus
I
the
told
told me
you.
to do
Hey,
it.
why
Plus
don't you knock someone out so you
30K
can pull a
yesterday.
bounty? And
It's
we
coming
are.
though. Just I'm not trying to will it. But
Okay.
It's the 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
You're putting that in the universe right now.
It's in there. The universe.
Yeah.
The universe will do what it does.
Come right over here to this mark right here.
The mark.
Okay. So you think that the zeros are coming for you?
No, I do not.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Okay, no.
no,
We're erasing
no,
that from
no.
the manifesting universe. All right. So what are you hoping to pull here? I think the biggest bounty is 50K. I would go for that
I'm
personally.
gonna do 40.
Well, not
Let's do
greedy.
40.
I like the not greedy approach.
I'll
All right.
say 40.
Well, stick your hand in there and pull out the 40.
Ah, jeez.
All right. This is the one.
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna slow sweat it. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
I think this is the right end.
Smells nice in there. It's like cedar.
Right? The
maybe.
fresh paint.
It does. Yeah. It's
Maybe,
like a lacquer.
maybe it's a sign that you get to remodel your house. Or... all right. We got some zeros happening.
Oh
Here we go.
no. Wait. Well,
Okay,
has
there's
to be
1
some
0, 2, 3. 4 zeros is okay because you know
Is
the
it?
40K has another 0. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
no, Ben.
I don't
Oh no,
know.
Ben.
Why?
Oh no. I'm not gonna say you manifested that, but as your first bounty of the day, that was the first thing that came out of your mouth. What are you gonna spend that on?
I'm going to Disney World.
Let's go. Well, you're getting all the zeros.
I'm gonna keep this.
Okay. Congrats, man. I'm really happy for you.
Can I just like pencil in a 1, right?
You can do whatever you want.
All right. Thank you.
Not going to change the payout, but you can do whatever you want.
Why?
All in.
All in for Lonnie.
How much is it?
Wow.
Like 2 million-ish?
Greenberg has a call.
Yeah,
here.
I don't think Greenberg's folding here.
I call.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
pair.
see.
And away we go.
Lonnie
Yeah,
at risk
you
with the
too.
Queen
Thank you.
Jack. Ben Greenberg, our chip leader with pocket 4s, can easily make the call. So many chips behind. $25K pay jump on the line here, plus a bounty. Alexei rooting hard for the 4s to hold. A7-6. Lonnie looking for a queen or a jack. Oh, turn is a king. Gives her
Oh,
4 more
man.
outs.
She has played quite well all day. Will she be rewarded on this river? No.
That is all she wrote for Lonnie.
Yeah, you too.
Very
Yeah.
good game.
Pleasure.
Our 3rd place finisher for $70,350. Plus
Not
the
to mention-
125K
yeah.
from yesterday. Great
Ben,
job,
you know
Lonnie.
She spun
You know what?
$100
I can't
into
draw-
200K.
I
From
can't
here.
draw the 0 anymore. Unless you put it back in.
I would love
I'd
to
be-
have done
if you
that.
trolled me
Just
with-
have you only pull zeros.
How dare you.
Just for content.
Yeah, content's good.
But I'm not that mean. So knowing that you are gonna draw an actual bounty this time,
Yes.
any plans on where you're gonna spend it? You gonna buy something nice for yourself, something pretty?
Yes.
What is that?
I don't know.
You don't know, but it's gonna be pretty.
It's gonna be very pretty.
All right, you better post it on Instagram so we all get to see. Okay, there you
What,
go.
what should I buy? He doesn't know.
The lowest one left in there.
Oh, it's open already.
Oh, is that a good sign or a bad?
I don't know. Let's
sign?
just rip off the Band-Aid. All
There
right.
we go. Okay.
25K.
From 0 to 25K.
Better than 0. We take
A
25K.
hero's journey. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you're now heads up.
Oh my gosh, we are. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You gonna take it down?
I hope so.
I hope you do too.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We
good
won't
luck.
tell Alexi that you said
Oh,
that. No.
I'm gonna tell the same thing.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
We're gonna make it fair. Good luck.
Wow, right off the bat, pocket tens.
What do I need to do? 100. Okay. Okay.
Action on Ben with pocket tens right off the bat here to kick off heads up.
Alexia has a king. Feels like a defend, but you never know.
Wow, I think,
No.
I think he
Stand
just
bend.
Oh, sorry.
I think he just tossed in his last time bank chip.
I wonder if he reads into Ben's quick fold there. That would really be something.
Okay, let's do this fast.
Oh.
A very warm welcome back to the encore room of the Wynn Hotel and Casino. Look at that beautiful evening. Pretty sure that's right now. I'm David Lappin, I'm here with Jesse Sylvia, and we are going to take you through the final level of Day 3 play here at the WPT World Championship main event.
Do you think they have a drone just constantly circling the casino so that when we need a shot, it's available?
I assume it's a live
Real
feed
time,
we're going
yeah.
to each time, yeah.
I think you're right. I think that's how they do it. We have that in the budget down here at the Wynn Casino.
Look at those payouts, Jesse. 2.528 million for first, 1.7 for second. Life-changing money on the line. Oh my gosh, speaking of life-changing, life is about to change in a very bad way here. For Shepherd, one feels there is no escape. Ace-king suited running into Nicotine's aces.
This is the literal nightmare when you're an MTT player. There is not quite often a spot where you can fold ace-king. Certainly this is not one of them.
No, even for almost double the stacks, this one might have been going in. Nicotine, I suppose there is a thought to maybe if he thinks that the 3-bet could be wide, could flat here. And perhaps in some very obscure small number of universes, Shepherd could be saved. But if Nicotine puts one more chip into this pot, we are going to showdown right away.
I think there is a lot of merit to what you said about flatting, solely because we're talking under the gun versus big blind, so he expects his opponent's value range to be quite small, right?
Yeah.
And if that is the case, it's easy to have too many bluffs. You just start delving into, you know, your king 6, king 7 offsuits, your ace 3 offsuits.
How is Shepherd going to interpret this click back from Nicotine?
I mean, if I'm Shepherd, this looks absolutely terrifying.
Terrifying?
I'm not really trying to fold the ace-king suited, but you know, you just 3-bet big blind versus under the gun, and your opponent has clicked it to a size that looks like he wants you to continue, and we have an all-in, by the way.
Yeah, gooding one here for Shepherd. I spoke with his good friend Mike Hudsucker ahead of time. He was rooting for his man Shepherd in this one. A big spot, obviously, for a very cool and composed up-and-coming player. Unfortunately, it's looking like the door is closing on this being one of those breakout results for such a player. 3.4 million in the middle. Obviously, he does have diamonds working.
Might be one of those spots where Shepherd had jacks, or let's say he decided to 3-bet 10s and not peel from the big blind. He might get away from it, seeing that click.
That makes sense.
Ace-king suited, just too strong, has those blocker effects that you like.
Yeah.
Generally, you're not dead. Obviously, this is the nightmare scenario.
Oh, wow.
Nuts.
Oh, wow. Just as I'm doing the eulogy for Shepherd, The poker gods have thrown him a potential lifeline here.
Which
There's
one?
a lot of holes.
Oh.
Not what we expected.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Lappin.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I had 3 big blinds left.
Oh my goodness me.
Right away.
What a moment in this poker tournament. Shepard propelled from 1.7 million to 3.4 million, cracking the aces of a beleaguered Nicotine here, who is left with dust.
Quad tens?
Flop 360. He gets them every couple of
She flopped quad
Minutes. Minutes.
Something about Ace King of Diamonds. They're just, it's so strong. I don't know what it is.
Like 4 million pot.
6-6.
Cool games.
And what a feeling for Shepard. He had 1 foot out the door.
That's the spirit. He knew it too. Even knew
Yeah, I
the way
didn't
to-
even realize that was nearly all of it for Nicotine.
Maybe you
He's-
should talk to Flo.
There wasn't many other ways I could do it, to be fair.
That is
He's on
pretty-
fumes
that is
now.
quite fair.
Yeah, left with just, I
So
think,
what's the
2.5
bluff
big blinds. A reminder, blinds are up to 25.50 here. Still so much play in this tournament. 3 days in and we are not even going to be at big blind 60k.
I think he's
Phenomenal structure to this one.
He's not going to make it. We just made it. He might. He will not make it.
Nicotine
But I
going to
respect
be
your
forced to be
professionalism.
all in. Not forced,
Only
I
on
should
TV,
say,
yeah,
but
so.
he will be committed in nearly every possible
Can you tell what that is?
situation here.
100.
Yeah. Let me look at these first.
Raise 100.
Sort of adding insult to injury. They lose that pot and he's immediately the big blind with 3
Almost
blinds.
saw that.
Health is going to take a shot at his man here.
You're safe, sir.
New player at the table, Rogowski, bringing with him 440k.
I think I don't need to see, yeah?
I mean, you can. I think you can call next hand. That's fine.
I call.
Okay, let's see it.
Yeah, let's one by one.
That's
I appreciate the
No,
gallows
yeah.
humor
No.
of this
Yeah.
little
Oh, no.
interaction between the two guys.
Oh,
Not
Be
bad,
very
not
reasonable
bad.
to be very
how much
It's a
is
big
it?
spin.
bothered
Good
indeed
100?
in
Yeah,
Nicotine
yeah.
shoes, and he's still got a smile on his face.
Yeah, they're having a lot of fun out there, especially Nicotine. Obviously, when you have almost 9 million in chips, you're having a lot of fun out there. But Nicotine looks like he's still in good spirits.
85.
Yeah, I love to see that attitude.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
the
yeah,
book.
yeah, yeah. Everybody
Yeah,
saw it.
Sorry,
Everybody saw it, man.
Yeah.
That's.
I'm not a good start, but I
Give him a 7
The
for
gallows humor continues.
10.
10 is fair. We'll take a 10.
Constancy
we'll
calling
take
for
a
a
10.
10.
I wouldn't mind seeing
Not
Nicotine
hard.
stick around
Maybe make
personally.
it
I've
close,
really
not
enjoyed
quite.
his
How
presence
about
at the table.
No, 8 is not good.
8 is not good?
It's too strong.
Ace?
Yeah.
No, ace is
Yeah, nine of hearts is good.
Oh, and there's the
There
ace.
we go.
Source is not bad too, yeah.
pretty good call.
It was
But
the
I
start of
wanted
it.
9, you know? I'm so unlucky.
And you want to forfeit?
Well,
Okay, too.
very good for the
That's a
stream
big
and
spin.
some
Time to spin.
small reward. Nicotine, maybe, just maybe,
Maybe I lose
can
goal.
pull off the spin here.
Never easy, huh?
I think
Never
9 is
give up.
maybe too much. I take ace on river.
Brilliant
This is
stuff.
good. This is good.
I think it's pretty good, but I'm not sure if you should call a hand like that.
Counting them out in big blinds.
It's not a very good hand.
I am fucking
Wild guy, huh?
yeah.
Trying to portray the whale on stream. I like it. I respect it. Get invited to all the private games.
Oh, I have around 5 bigs.
Lipton teeing off here.
Now you're just showing off. Cervantes has a piece of it. Very acceptable candidate for a 3-bet. He lets it go, though. You see Rogowski's stack in the top right? That's more of the stack size that I imagined I would see when I sat down today.
Yeah.
Somehow we've been sitting on an average stack of maybe 80 big blinds or something.
So true.
Really wild stuff.
Is it possible to finish this day chip leader for me, I think?
Yeah, maybe.
How many? Okay, 1 hour, 20 minutes?
You gotta take it from the chip leader.
Yeah.
That's.
Hope you're asking that question. You're 15 away.
He gave me.
Gave you a kickstart.
Yeah.
That has to be enough. The rest of the table will have to be.
Ah, I understood. You give him 2. And after me, you know?
Yeah, true. Oh yeah. Oh. Did you actually have it?
I did.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
I'm sorry.
I saw that way, Fred.
That is crazy. That would all make sense on me.
What is the race?
110.
What?
110.
110.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see one green.
Certainly a go both ways type of candidate here for Shepherd. His decision to 3-bet there, do you think leans into the aggressive line more because of that pesky short stack right behind, who, if he was to try to seize that squeeze spot, he feels he could get driven out of the pot himself, so would rather take the aggressive line?
I think it's certainly possible. That factored into his decision quite a bit. I was actually thinking about what would be stronger looking if you were to peel or if you were to 3-bet, because peeling sort of implies you want the action to be reopened sometimes. But on the other hand, you know, Nicotine isn't a favorite to put all the money in the pot or anything, so you're of course going to peel the number of hands you want to speculate with as well.
Is that another example of the kind of spot where flatting the suited variety is kind of nicer and 3-betting the offsuit one feels good?
Yeah, I think so. These spots always get a bit convoluted because there's just so much mixing between a number of different hands, suited and offsuit, right? So it feels like I'm weaseling out of the answer, but it's never, it's always a mix. But generally on these stack sizes, if hands are pure calls, they're suited for the most part, and the offsuited hands always seem to be mixing in 3-bets.
Am I right in saying that Schulman demurring the low jack open with king 10 off is borderline in this spot? Obviously we see the hand has proceeded with Helt and Lipton getting involved, but Schulman did look down at king 10 off there. Decides to pass.
He was in the hijack?
I hope you didn't have
low jack.
Oh, the low jack.
Probably just about fine to pass that one.
Yeah, it feels openable for sure. I think a lot of the players at the table would have opened that hand, but if he wants to keep it a little tighter to the vest, I think that might be an acceptable one.
That's true. There's no chance to find out.
There's no way to find out.
I'm rooting for a nicotine spin up. I would like to see it.
I think it can be a great story, you know?
Yeah. You just had to jump.
A nicotine surge.
There we go. I'm going to tell Jamie that you're stealing all the good puns. She's not going to be happy.
I opened the broadcast of the influencer game earlier today by reading out a text she sent me earlier today which was, these are an entertaining group of people, David, and they'll do a lot of talking. Nobody wants to hear you during this stream, so keep as quiet as you can.
Thank you.
Oh, this is not a good situation for our friend Nicotine.
Where are you from?
I have to give you a snap with my ace.
Oh, I don't have. You have ace? No way.
Good luck.
Really?
He said he does, but he's not showing.
I don't know if I believe
He does.
I wouldn't bullshit, yeah.
Oh, I like nines. Red
Yeah.
ones too.
Did you remember?
I like how he
Same
managed to
Little
be
sweat, 2 nines.
completely transparent and honest about the
That's
fact that
like
he's
2 nines,
aces,
yeah.
but still create a little bit of
Yes.
doubt
Yeah.
as to whether
Or
they
maybe
were
do it with
indeed
a flush,
aces.
maybe. Diamond.
When you
I
got
like
5
diamonds,
blinds
I
of
like
pocket
diamonds, I
nines, it
like
feels a
diamonds.
little unfair your opponent has aces,
I
so you
like
might
8,
question
7,
it a couple
6.
times.
8, 7, 6,
Surely the
7.
universe wouldn't give you aces while I have
Mix
pocket
in a
nines,
couple
right?
of
There's a lot more combos of strengths.
A lot of.
There's a song 8, 6, 7,
And
5,
quads.
8, 9.
A lot of combo of quads.
It's too many cards.
Diamonds too.
That's a good one.
Did anybody fold 9? No? Yes? No?
I folded 2 aces.
Oh, it's
So that helps.
It's a good.
A little bit.
Good news.
You folded 2 aces?
Good news. Okay.
One more time. Last card.
It
9 for
it
sweat.
can be great. You know?
9 for sweat.
9 for a sweat.
Good game, sir.
Nice.
Well, we
Really
unfortunately
bad.
say
Bye.
goodbye
Good
to
luck.
Nikitin, who
Yeah, good luck.
has been tremendous value on this feature table.
No. Nice.
Oh, you
try.
keep
Nice
Came
try.
here
I know,
a few hours ago with 2.9 million. Nothing really went his way, and obviously that enormous pot, 3.5 million's worth. His ace is being cracked by Shepard's ace-king suited, doing most of the damage.
Such a great attitude that he had. You know,
Little,
we're in this day and age where when people
It's
are
unbelievable that you called it.
wildly talkative, maybe
I've
borderline
I've
manic
actually
at the
never heard someone
table,
do that. Like
they're
when
immediately labeled
rushed
good
like
for
that,
the
being
game.
like,
But
"Oh,
I personally like that sort of
Yeah.
style,
Sometimes you
where
just
he
don't.
it was a casual happiness to him.
Yeah, it's great to see a good loser take it on the chin in that fashion. Well, taking a quick glance now at the chip counts, let's take a look at the bottom actually for a change. Andrei Rogowski bringing up the rear with 440k, that's about 9 big blinds. He has just arrived and is going to have to probably invest some chips rather quickly if he is to spin his way out of the danger zone.
This time.
Playing like 3.5, right?
Shepherd and Helt. Got a tangle here. Low jack v high jack. Big blind comes along. Rogowski looking to flop some equity here and go with this hand.
How about top set for held?
That's almost too much.
It absolutely is too much because his opponents have nothing.
It's a really good check here.
Ooh,
Oh.
that is
Dreamy.
what a turn card when you check back top set.
Well, that ace is going nowhere, so Helt absolutely has to start betting now and hope that somebody does have it. You don't want to give another free one here.
And assuming the river isn't some sort of massively board-changing card like a 7 of clubs, Shepard will feel like calling 2 streets is absolutely mandatory. He has one of the best kickers to go with his ace he could possibly have. Let's say he's... Oh, I'm sorry, he was the original
No, he
raiser,
was the
so
original
he
opener,
could...
so I think what's kind of interesting about this one is that if we do see a big river barrel, then actually we're not beating that many aces on this 8-6-2 texture.
No, I think our hand certainly becomes a bluff catcher, but
Yeah.
if, let's say he had been a caller in the hand, then maybe he feels like
For sure then.
he's capped at something like ace-jack or ace-queen offsuit. I suppose he could double-check ace-king on the turn and have that in the arsenal.
From Helt's point of view, feels like you want to go fairly big here. Maybe pot is nice.
It's really nice to have the ace be one of the clubs here because let's say that the ace and the 8 were flipped, you would be worried about all of the ace-x of clubs your opponent could have. There's just not that many flushes your opponent check calls on the turn because they're all high cards like queen jack, so they do their own betting quite a bit.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I like that analysis. Health has gone with about 80% pot. And I feel like Shepherd can get away from this one.
Yeah.
Even as played, Health can certainly have flushes, can certainly have better ace-x, can certainly have sets.
Yeah, I mean, the 10 isn't really relevant because you're blocking straights that don't exist in either player's range. You'd much rather have maybe a worse ace with a club in your hand.
And this size
oh,
is
he
never
does
ace
call,
5.
though.
I'm not a fan of that call, I gotta be honest here, not to be overcritical, but I don't think an ace 4 and ace 5 suited that maybe speculates pre-flop in Health shoes, and that's not even guaranteed, is gonna go for that size. So really you are just bluff catching. Well, we're going to talk some headwear now. FlexiFit is the official headwear sponsor of the World Poker Tour. Would you like to wear hats indoors, St. Jesse?
Just indoors?
Or I guess outdoors too when the sun is shining.
I don't wear hats too often, but if I were to wear a hat,
would you like it to have new series technology? With
Tell me more.
inbuilt sweat absorption and moisture rerouting features?
I might.
Because if you do, it will allow you to appear, not necessarily that you will be this, but you will appear to others to be stress-free and stain-free, even in high-pressure moments.
I have always wanted to appear stress-free to others.
I love how the implication there is that you could be absolutely bricking it. And that this cap will sort of magically make you appear to be more composed and calm to the outside world.
You know, that thought is kind of selling me on the hat.
It's a big promise from the FlexiFit people.
Do you think my card distribution will change if I throw it on? That's really what I'm interested in, more than anything.
I'm waiting for the next promo on copag cards to start promising specific rivers.
That would be.
To players.
You get to run it twice after you've seen the first river with copag cards.
Can we start making up the ad copy? Can we just say things that are not on this? Or do I have to stick quite closely to the script?
You know, it's a little unfortunate, I gotta say. These guys have kept it really moving with the hands, which is great to see. There hasn't been too much tanking at all, even in the tougher situations. That said, last hand, I wouldn't have minded a 2 or 3 minute tank where we could really break that one down because I feel like there was a lot to say about that river spot.
Absolutely.
But I have to give it to these guys. They've just really played quite quick and crisp. It's nice to see.
I have to be honest, and while I don't go in too much for the Euro abuse that takes place here in America for how slowly we apparently all play, because I think that's taken a bit too far, I do always believe that when I'm in America, the pace of play is definitely a gear faster across the table.
I mean,
there's no doubt that you guys do play quick. You might play too quick, actually. Maybe you guys need to take an extra few seconds, will be my only thought on
There have been a lot of plays where I thought some of the players might have taken a couple extra seconds with that one. But yeah, the European contingent isn't known for their swiftness of play. Not that you don't have some fast players. It's really more the EU than anything. I don't think you guys are really tied to that so much.
And we are members of the EU, Jesse. I'm sorry.
Well, all right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My
we're going to do a little history lesson before
lack
tomorrow,
of
guys.
knowledge has once again defeated me.
Jesse thinks Irish people just go around bartering.
What do you call the rest of Europe that isn't? What do you call it? The mainland?
Mainland Europe. That would be yes. That's
mainland
very fair.
Europe.
Continental Europe, maybe.
I would say the mainland Europe is known for the tanking a little more than.
That is fair. That is fair.
Ireland,
Irish players will
England.
generally play pretty quick. Yeah, I think we are talking more maybe French, German, Spanish, Italian sort of.
Yeah.
Interpretation.
I'm trying to think of
Maybe
some of
more
the other
east.
countries. The Russians might be on the slower side. They're not too slow though. Who's the real tankers? The French. The French often tank a bit, I feel.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not hating. I was known for a little tanking back in the day. You know, I'm not saying that I'm above this. I'm just breaking down the.
I was once
high level geography that I have in my brain, obviously.
I was once called a fake tanker by a Frenchman, 6 from the money in a WSOP event when I'm sure I absolutely wasn't fake tanking.
You're just real tanking.
I was real tanking.
Yeah.
Made only more funny by the fact that I was sort of nursing my 10 big blind stack through the bubble, and he had an enormous stack, and he ended up in a 5-bet pot on the bubble, the direct bubble.
Yeah.
And I obviously couldn't resist but go clock.
That is nice. That's a really nice feeling.
And then he looked at me, and I said, "You, sir, are the fake tanker."
Wow.
And he clearly wasn't. He was clearly in the agonies
What
with
did he
queens
say? He didn't
on the
enjoy
bubble.
that, did he?
No, he was not impressed.
He was definitely not impressed. By the way, Rogowski just got one through with the King 7-0, I believe, from the cutoff. That's a really nice pickup when you have 5 bigs. I used to, when I was younger and played a lot more tournaments, MTTs per year, I used to be very professional about, I'm going to take my 15, 30 seconds on the bubble when I'm a short stack, and I'm going to fold, and I'll make it very obvious what I'm doing. Because, I respect you guys, and I'm not trying to fake tank out here and disrespect your own intelligence. But as I got older and I play less of these things per year, I do really enjoy creating new ways to make it look like I'm actually thinking about it. I've had a lot of fun with that.
Can you give me 3 back?
I once physically blocked a dealer from getting into the table during a dealer change for about 3 full minutes.
That's real nice stuff.
4 from the money.
Oh man!
While I went through my bag and just insisted that I really needed to get something out of the bottom of my bag.
I like that. Ooh, we have an interesting spot here, by the way. Shepard, I assume cold calling this all in. Possibly a small isolation raise. And then Hennigan is
a little isolation
presumably
trick.
coming over the top.
I think Hennigan's going to be all in and Shepard's going to be out of there now.
Yeah.
But lovely for Rogowski, okay, while he's dominated, he is going to get a almost quadruple opportunity now.
It looks like they've reset Rogowski's stack, so maybe he didn't shove last hand and get it through. I think we're having a bit of graphics error here.
Okay. Well, cards are up, so
it's 265, so everything beyond 265.
So I assume we do have an isolation shove, which got rid of.
Yeah, I believe he's already folded over there in the 1C.
So
did the 600K go in?
265 in the main pot.
Or did that even happen?
265 go in the
Was
main
that?
It did happen.
Yeah, I just don't know if he ISO'd this 265 jam, or if it was a cold call. I assume it was an ISO, and they're trying to figure out how much side pot goes over to Hennigan.
That must be 275, right?
275, so 10 here, 10 here.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, the graphics might have to rebuild this one, but the upshot is going to be Hennigan Ace King, Rogowski for his tournament life Ace Ace, but it is for an almost quadruple up.
So
That
after
is the
all,
silver lining.
I'm sorry to interrupt you there. After all is said and done, it looks like Rogowski is going to potentially get a quadruple up. Is that what you said?
I got it.
And Hennigan collected some change on the side, so he might be breaking even in this hand, even if he loses this all in. I apologize for that interruption. I was kind of in my own world trying to figure out what was going on over here.
Spades no good for Rogowski here.
This actually became a really nice spot for Rogowski, considering that he's going to be dominated either way.
An ace, and only an ace, or we will lose Rogowski.
Good game, sir.
We hardly knew thee.
Good game, guys.
A brief appearance on our feature table. A great run nonetheless. Finishing in the 70s somewhere.
We'll get some players that break.
Are they telling jokes in your ear?
No, they're not saying anything.
It'd be a little more fun.
Yep.
No, nothing crazy. It's just
No dirty Johnny jokes.
no.
I want to ask you a question, Jesse, about time bank management. Obviously, these guys got a pile of time cards start of the day, so they were in play around that pre-bubble period. I'm not sure if maybe after dinner break they might have got a new pile, or maybe that was their lot for the whole day. It could have been one or the other. But regardless, most players you see accumulate them, not use them all up each day, and maybe end up with a big stockpile by the last or second last day. Would you ever use them for those sort of soft moments where you're trying to get a ladder jump, or you're trying to maybe like avoid a big blind coming to get you when you're somewhat short? Or would you only ever consider using them for actual thinking about decisions?
No, I definitely think that they're very useful in the ladder situations. Like, as you get deeper in this tournament, these ladders could be worth multiple buy-ins, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, if you could tank into a 30 grand jump that you would not have otherwise received, it's hard to imagine too many decisions, tough decisions, being worth more than that.
Nice call here from Hennigan. Rivering a 5. Yeah, I like that because I feel like there's a stigma attached to doing so.
Really?
And I feel like, well, they're my time bank cards to use as I see fit. If I hurt my chances of having an extra 30 seconds when I have a really tough decision, well, that's my decision to decide that it was more valuable to me in this other moment.
I mean, that's always how I've looked at it. Is
Yeah.
those are his time chips. He does what he wants with them. These are my time chips. I do what I want with them.
Yeah.
And I think that's a reasonable way to go about it. I actually watched, I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about it, but I was watching the Bahamas stream today. And it was very odd because everyone was using some time chips to burn during burn time during right before they're all in during pay jumps. And out of the blue, one guy who is actually a friend of mine was doing so, and they told him, we're allowed to clock you and not let you use the time chips if we feel like it's obvious stalling, because you only had one chip behind. But they hadn't done it for anyone else so far in this tournament from what I had seen. And after that happened, I watched like 3 or 4 other people do it successfully. So he was the only one I saw.
Oh, wow.
I was like, you can't just do that.
No.
Like, that's insane to hold one person to this set of rules that everyone else is.
Yeah, you're quite
held
right.
to.
You have to set the standard, set the precedent from the beginning. 4 betting coming here. Hennigan with the Djangos. Gonna send this one northward to the tune of probably 650k.
Kings of the Djangos, huh? Interesting. I would have thought that'd be Jacks.
So Django was the cowboy character in a lot of the old westerns. So I've always gone from cowboys to Djangos.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, making a liar out of me here, Hennigan's actually taken it upstairs to the tune of 900k. I feel like this is a little too much for a 4-bet, personally. I feel like it doesn't imply that there's room over the top.
Yeah, he's somewhat clearly committed.
Hands over.
If he were to bluff to that size, it would be probably a pretty effective bluff because he might elicit some pretty massive hero folds from his opponent for how strong it looks. But It just never ends up being a bluff when you see that size used.
Welcome. Just one player?
Yeah, I've spent my entire commentary career trying to popularize the term Django's unsuccessfully. But I will continue to try.
We're going to get there, Lappin. Society appreciates never backing down on your goals. If this is your dream,
Raise 100.
and you put enough time into it, you will achieve it.
Yeah, if I can leave the poker industry with just one thing, when my time is eventually over.
Just one player.
It would be that. Not a huge score, not player of the year. Yeah, I got you.
And please, to any of my friends watching, don't quote back to me when your time is eventually over, Dave. Which I can almost hear in the voice of Darragh O'Carney right now, who thinks my time is already long past.
Really?
Next hand, sir.
Nice bit of sportsmanship there from Helt. Calling over the player who had gone for a little wander when his cards were in the air.
Raise 100.
Cervantes with a candidate here.
Yeah. All options on the table.
Raise 300.
I like this. King 5 suited, King 6 suited. Definitely see being deployed in this fashion.
This is a very fast
11-10.
3-bet.
So we're doing like midnight.
There is room for Hennigan to come with 4-bet. Would not
I would love
hate
to see
whatsoever him take this to 800k.
I would love to see him go 900 again and prove me wrong with the...
Indeed.
That would be beautiful.
Pretty ugly looking flop for both players here, but Cervantes with the betting lead does knuckle it back. I feel like that might have been one of those one and done spots from earlier.
Awfully quick check. Sort of implying that he either has something extremely strong that's trapping or very likely has a hand that's whiffed this board. Wonder if Hennigan takes a shot at... Oh, well, now he doesn't need to. I would have liked to have seen a blank just to see what happens there. Oh, this is so bad for Cervantes because I think he has to represent the ace at this point. He has a number of ace, queen, ace, king that likely take this line, although they might bet the turn quite a bit.
I think Hennigan hates it because, as played, it feels like it was ace high the whole way, but obviously for that price, you never folding.
Yeah, you didn't check to fold on that river. Obviously, you don't think you're winning too often. You might be winning more than we think, though.
Another quick look at the chip counts there. Chad Lipton bringing up the rear, 1.1 million. More than 20 big blinds, it must be said, so far from out of it. We don't have to be worrying about any of these stacks being threatened for quite a while. Thomas Shepard down to 2 million now after that little, well, I don't want to call it a misstep, because I actually think playing the ace queen in the fashion that he did, putting in the 600k re-click was actually very good, but obviously had to surrender those chips ultimately.
Constantine has been moving back up the chip counts. I think his peak low at this table was something like 8.4 million.
That's exactly what it was.
So picking up $1 million without, you know, any all-in or real showdown is pretty sick. Maybe at a showdown, but I don't remember too many big pots that he's played in the last hour or so. He's certainly been in a number of pots. Oh, he had the pocket eights hand. He
Yes.
just paid off there. That was a big pot. I forgot about that one.
Shepard going to call from the small blind. Little discount here with the Jack 9 suited. That's going to bring in Cavan our new player at the table, who has 6-7.
Kevin looks awfully familiar to me. I wonder if he went deep last year, possibly, or a couple of years ago.
Schulman with some backdoors working for him. Ace of spades, a very key card here down the streets.
Kevin has one of those kind of classically interesting hands to potentially run it in a multi-way pot. Maybe you do this if you're four-handed or more, but all of a sudden blocking sets becomes extremely valuable.
Schulman picking up a sliver of showdown. Both players maybe with just enough, or does Schulman decide to use this ace of spades, turn his deuce into a bluff? Kind of dangerous on this run out, but looks like Kevin might go for a blocker.
Ooh, this could.
Now the door is much more open. Oh, wow. Very fast fold from Schulman there. Would have loved to see at least a 30-second tank. Think about just putting $1 million in there.
I feel like considering raise always needs to happen to some extent. Obviously, you could say, you know, I have plenty of other ace of spades sort of hands. Maybe I don't want to use this one. Maybe you want your opponent to have a deuce in their hand. You want them to have something like two pair that potentially folds.
A good one?
Given the four-liner and the flush getting there, but
I'll let you know. It's the left one.
At least thinking about it feels important. That said, I mean, these guys have been playing for 3 days. It's the end of the day. Maybe Schulman's just saying, hey, I'm not going to do anything too fancy right now.
Sure.
I'm going to go to bed, and the fancy stuff will happen in the morning. Once I've got a good rest behind me.
And nothing here. I don't know exactly what age Barry Schulman is, but these longer days for the older players certainly take their toll, particularly these like multi-day events, 4-day, 5-day, 6-day events. You do have to preserve your energy where you can.
Absolutely. It's such a massive concept, you know. Back in the day, in like the main event, the World Series main event, when it would go 8 days, you don't see it anymore, but you would inevitably always see somebody just absolutely torch off the chips. And you'd have that friend who would be like, how did they get this far? And it's like, well, he wasn't doing that on day 2. The guy's exhausted.
Yeah.
And he's stressed out because now he's playing for millions of dollars worth of equity.
You guys been up here for a while?
Yeah, it's a second level. Yeah. I thought it's just
fatigue is a frighteningly powerful thing.
Yeah.
I remember a statistic coming out years ago that sort of suggested that being fatigued and, you know, maybe like 3 bad sleeps in a row, 3, 4, 5 hour sleeps in a row. If you're driving your car the next morning, it's the equivalent to being, you know, 4 pints deep. That you're not going to be operating your vehicle that well. That tiredness is, you know, a powerful narcotic of sorts.
Did you read this recent book that came out about sleep?
No.
Okay, Ashley just read some fairly new book on sleep, and she loved it. And some of the concepts that she talked to me about from the book were very similar to what you're talking about. There's a lot of interesting studies between people who don't get enough sleep because they work, you know, very demanding jobs, and late life dementia.
Oh yeah.
So that's something to consider, and maybe give yourself a bit of a break every now and then, even if you think you're the type of person who doesn't need too much sleep. Held is really going for it here with the ace-4 offsuit.
Yeah, getting after it here against Schulman.
This is, I would qualify this as out of line a little bit. He's picked a great spot. Obviously, Schulman on the more, I would say, tighter side. I certainly wouldn't label him a nit or anything, but, and he has a hand that's not particularly strong, so let's it go. Maybe it's some sort of live read, I don't know. He might also just feel like end of the night, I'm gonna start picking on people.
You a good sleeper?
I think that really depends on what you mean by a good sleeper. Ashley said
Thank you.
I do some breathing when I sleep that sounds like
I hope you do.
I'm not in good shape.
Okay.
But
some labored breathing.
Not like out of shape, but like I don't sound like I'm gonna survive for too much longer based on how I'm breathing.
Oh, be careful, because that could be apnea, and that is.
I got
something you
tested
gotta
for
watch
it. They
yeah.
told me I'm all right.
Okay.
But she was skeptical. I feel like I get decent sleep. I've been trying to work on that a lot actually lately. Just going to bed at the same time every night and not drink coffee after a certain hour. All those little rules that sort of add up to something greater. How about you?
I'm shamefully an amazing sleeper, like Olympic medal winning level sleeper.
Like you could sleep anywhere.
I can sleep small sleeps and catch up the next day. I can sleep weird hours.
Can you take a nap during a party type of person?
I'm not a great napper, but then I think that's because I just out like a light 10 seconds after my head hits the pillow.
Yeah. I'm not a great napper in the sense that I always end up sleeping like 3 to 4 hours and I'm super groggy and weird for the rest of the night.
I can drink caffeine really late at night.
I'm jealous of that.
I used to have a real problem with caffeine actually. I can tell one quick story which sounds absolutely bizarre and counterintuitive, but I swear on my life it's true. I was such a caffeine addict, such a coffee addict in my 20s that I had to wake up in the middle of the night to have a double espresso so I could go back to bed.
Wow.
Because I would get a headache, caffeine withdrawal headache.
Yeah, yeah.
If I didn't have caffeine for 5 or 6 hours.
That's
so that the headache would wake me up, I would have a shot of espresso and then I could sleep again.
That doesn't sound particularly healthy, Lappin. I won't lie. I hope you've sorted that out.
Yeah, other ailments sorted that out. A weak stomach meant that I had to cut down on the caffeine. Down the years. Well, all this talk of caffeine, we are in the last hour of the day here in the WPT World Championship at the Wynn Las Vegas. There are the payouts. 69 players remaining. Don't know why they chose to put that graphic up when specifically that number of players remaining, but I for one would like to say nice. Putting our drone to work once again. And this time we're going to talk about cards. Copag is now the official card supplier of the World Poker Tour, bringing its renowned premium plastic decks and new RFID-enabled technology to WPT's feature tables and televised events. Those RFID cards, I know they're a lot more expensive, Jesse. They cost a pretty penny. You don't want to break one of those at a feature table. They're actually costing the crew a fair amount of money when you do that. But, you know, that's the sort of technology that keeps us safe in these environments. We want to have these nice stream tables. We want to be able to have commentary over it. Obviously, we're on a half-hour, maybe even 40-minute delay right now. And our team are getting fed the hands. But via that RFID security technology, whole card's not available until we get them now on the delay stream.
I like that. Given some things that we've learned in the last few years about other streams, I appreciate hearing that.
Yeah, this is new RFID technology being promised by the good people at Copag. Not your old RFID technology. That scurrilous characters.
I wasn't aware I had any RFID technology over at the Sylvia home, so new or old sounds good to me. Although it sounds like old might have been not without some issues, maybe.
Postal proof, they call it now.
Postal proof. It's a big, it's a very important term. Let's put it that way. He's still lurking around on Twitter.
Germany.
I've seen him in a couple threads.
Florida. That sounds a lot more fun.
We're out in Florida.
St. Pete.
He's fighting that good fight.
Yeah, just
okay, cool.
Constantine.
Constantine.
Nice to meet you, Philip.
Jimmy.
Thomas.
Finally got someone who's talking over here. I love it.
It's the beer.
Oh, that's right. I don't care what it is, but if someone's talking to me, I'm happy.
Raise 100.
All in.
Shepard gonna guide these chips into the middle.
Suppose you've had a good day, Philip.
Lipton with the ace queen, more than happy to stick it in here for 20 bigs.
What should you start with?
And don't think this is ever a call. No, good fold.
Like
Even though he was flipping there, maybe for 14 or 15 bigs, certainly not for 20.
What's the best places to play in Florida?
I mean, depends on what you're trying to play. Tournaments, Hollywood Hard Rock.
I've been that one.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Best bet in Jacksonville.
It's not a bad one.
Conversation at the table, Jesse, about the best places to play in Florida. I'm guessing you might know the answer to that question.
Good tournaments.
They have the 5K, WPT.
I have not played at too many other places in Florida, but I can't imagine there's a better place than Seminole Hard Rock. That casino's great. I really love it over there. And I haven't even been back since they built the guitar.
It's right before Hollywood.
And they have a big WPT there, right?
Yeah, huge one.
It's like the second biggest one, right?
Yeah, I think it's like a 5K that gets like $1 million up top. It's a pretty sick.
Like a week or two before Hollywood.
Might even be like a 3,500 that gets $1 million up top. They used to have a couple events per year.
Is that the one that's in November?
4 hours, yeah. Maybe
It's like the one right before this.
You're starting to get into questions where...
I think it might be the one that my friend Andy Wilson won a few years back.
Not quite.
I think it was
Moscow is a
November.
bit further.
Is that...
But let's say Paris.
What's his name?
Bowie effect?
Yeah, okay.
A lot quicker. It's like 3 hours.
Probably.
Yeah.
I know for a while at least they had maybe 2 events that were 5Ks that got like $1 million, 1 to 2 million up top. It was pretty wild.
So it's like for me driving.
Let's say 4 worst case. In France.
As I started traveling less for poker and playing fewer tournaments per year, I really wanted to focus on places that I loved being. The #1 place was always Melbourne for Aussie Millions.
Oh, you said Paris,
and
right?
then in the country, I never wanted to miss that Florida WPT stuff. That was a big one.
Yeah,
and I always loved the California swing for the WPT. That was a big one for me. Because we would road trip up and we would hit up some wine vineyards up north.
Oh, lovely.
Such a great month of poker.
But I remember.
I'll say my geography is horrible, but it's definitely not super far. Sorry, what you were saying?
Yeah, I remember it being longer than 4 hours or something like that. But
you might be right. You might well be right. Oh, it's on me?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Where in Germany at?
I'm from near Cologne. Have you been to Germany?
I've not. I watch soccer, so.
I'm a Dortmund fan. It's like I live reasonably close to Dortmund.
Yeah, they've had some good American players over the years. Pulisic and Reina.
Pulisic, really. Yeah. Reina I also had a lot of hope for.
A little bit of chat about football. Konstantin explaining that he's from the city of Cologne, which is in that sort of Dortmund, Dusseldorf area, Germany.
In Vienna. Like every other German poker player, pretty much.
Vienna?
Yeah.
I thought the tax code.
And now explaining that, of course, as a German poker player, he lives in Vienna because that's what they all have to do.
Not that I play for a living.
I once met a poker player from Vienna who was actually Austrian.
Ah, wow.
Shocks me.
Well, speaking of shocking, it is still a shocking number. 9.6 million at the top of these chip counts. Konstantin Helt may have had a little bit of a roller coaster session here at the feature table, up and down, hovering between 8.4 and 11.3 million, but 9.6 million still the high watermark for any player in this tournament. Nobody has yet eclipsed the 7 million mark.
Raise 100.
Okay, perfect. Oh no, it's good. Thank you.
I was thinking about how crazy it is that he had over 10 million a few hours ago and was, you know, is still a massive chip leader now with less than that.
Yeah.
But I realized, you know, that was only a level ago.
That's true.
That is true. This is a very good structure for a tournament. This might be the second best structure of the year, to be totally honest. And you could make an argument that it's the best structure because any structure that has longer levels might be too long.
Yeah.
It's not an unreasonable argument to make.
Double gutter for health here versus Lipton with the overcard and flush draw. Also some backdoor straight stuff going on as well.
Let's go that double gutter, man. This is a fun one. Bit disguised when you get there. Also, quite often makes for a nice bluffing combo. For instance, any 5, 8, king. You're kind of happy to just keep firing. You don't block those diamonds. Obviously, offsuit 7, a little above average.
Just the purest card you could ask for, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I quite like the choice to call here because I think raising would have created a very mucky spot if his opponent had shoved, and he would have almost had the right price to have to go with his hand.
Yeah.
Whereas by calling here, I still think those bluffing opportunities you mentioned on certain cards
Absolutely.
are there and available to him.
No, I mean, if the turn's a 5, he can potentially do some leading. I don't know if it's theory approved per se, but, you know, these things are so close anyways. You can just go for it.
How greedy are you now in health shoes with the nuts, but knowing that your opponent is slightly capped after that turn check? I think you probably don't go that greedy anymore. Looks like he's going exactly pot.
Wow. Yeah, I suppose there's 2 ways to address that. You can either try to be exploitable and say, you know, I think he's pretty capped. I want to get called with this hand. So I'm just going to bet smaller with this hand. Then when I bluff, I'll go bigger and hope that they don't figure it out. And if you think that you're kind of a level above them with that, then that works. Or if you have a lot of respect for your opponent, you kind of have to say, all right, I get to go really big here. Lipton's really thinking about this.
He's blocking 10-jack. He's blocking flush draw. Seems like a really good candidate to fold quickly.
Yeah, I have to imagine his only thought is to shove. This is a pretty bad bluff catcher, and he might even lose to some bluffs, potentially.
Burning time chips.
I don't know what he's...
And it feels like the game's kind of up on the raising now after that body posture combined with 2 time chips.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so he is beating King 10, Jack 10, King Jack. If he thinks his opponent is never bluffing with those hands when they have diamonds, then maybe this is a better candidate than we're giving it initially, but still just such a tough hand to call with. And versus pot, I don't think you need to delve into something like this.
And like you said, I wonder if he ever turns a made hand into a bluff here. Like, does he ever turn a 6 into a bluff?
That's what I was thinking, like, if he had peeled with something like 5-6, it's kind of a nice one to just...
Yeah.
The bigger we go, the more we're allowed to, I think, use some pairs to bluff with. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what Lipton's mulling over here. Feels like he really doesn't have the right kind of hand to be a hero here. But maybe just gets a feeling health is trying to run him over.
I would love to know what's going through his mind right now. I feel like it's something similar to what I kind of alluded to before about those gut shots and Jack 10 missing. Diamonds maybe being a better combo to call with than, do you say fold?
He said fold. 2.5 minutes of tank gone there.
Yeah, I guess. I guess you could say that those time bank chips probably aren't going to come up.
Nice fold.
They got 30 minutes left in the day, so.
Don't tell me you folded like a queen there.
But you get to bring them forward to tomorrow.
tell him.
That's funny. His opponent says, "Don't tell me you folded
could
ace
return the
queen."
favor. You hit it on the turn.
I did hit it on the turn. Yes.
Nice. Yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
it's good. Good hand.
You had a good hand.
Well,
Sounds like a mediocre hand.
I'll just want to tell you during the next 31 minutes. So I'll tell you when we're bagging up. If I make that
Perfect.
I don't think you want to tell anyone about that one.
I'm the last fold in any case.
I have the least advantage.
That would have been an optimistic call down. Let's put it that way.
So,
Oh, sure. I mean, it's fine. You have to tell me.
I would imagine he wins sometimes, but
It seemed pretty nice to show I had it there.
certainly not a hand that's
Thank you.
required of you to
Great.
call down with.
Appreciate it.
John Hennigan, can I just say,
I'll find it.
the progress we've seen here, 1.7 million when he joined this feature table a level and a half ago. Obviously got that huge double up with the pocket tens, but has just nurdled his way up to 4.5 million since that.
No, I can't pull this serious.
Yeah, this is
I came,
pretty
like,
crazy.
I came on
Very
day
quietly.
1B of Prime, I
Just
think.
under the radar,
Yeah.
getting it quietly.
Yeah, I've been traveling. I was in Taipei and then
Richard has a
Vienna
nice
for
check
5
raise
days.
combo here.
So I've done the jet lag Olympics.
Check
Asia,
call
Europe.
also makes a lot of sense.
Play poker.
I was just going to say, hard for
The biggest Asian
to imagine
series.
a turn card that didn't bring him some more possibility.
That's why I like check raising though, because
Yeah.
we can potentially just, ooh, look at this run out.
It's a nice city.
On hearts, we could just shove turn if we want.
Taipei is, tell everyone who wants to
Or
hear
go
it,
small and
Taipei
then
is
jam
one
river
of
either
the,
way.
Like, amazing city.
Never been anywhere.
Look at this run out
All
now.
over Europe, but never in Asia.
Now he just has to
Asia
hope
is
the Hennigan has a
probably
jack.
like basically on the start
Yeah,
going
or
for poker, but
Queen of Hearts.
really, I really like it.
I've heard like obviously Japan's really nice. And, you know,
Japan is 300. Haven't played there, but I've been there for vacation once. Great.
I have a few buddies who live in Thailand. They love it there.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's
Counts
I don't
out
know.
the call, but
I can
has
see a
not made the
world
call yet.
in Thailand, for
No,
example.
there it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
They just say like everything's just so cheap and nice.
Quick call for Hennigan.
Not as cheap anymore, like the last couple years.
Oh yeah.
It's been a lot more
I
expensive.
mean,
for
a lot of
everyone.
the straight draws
One
missed.
of the reasons that so many
Perhaps a worse 5 turns itself into a bluff.
And that size didn't feel like a small flush.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very polarizing.
Interesting. Well, speaking of polarization, the polarizing people of the creator world are going to bring you the Creator Poker Championship tomorrow at 5 p.m. Head on over to Creator Television or WPT streaming channels if you want to watch those guys. King Back, Wenji, Daphnique Springs, Evelyn Gonzalez, Billy Love,
Where have
and
you been in
Soy.
Like
Household
London,
names will all be competing for
Spain,
their chosen causes. It's a charity-driven initiative, which we'd love to see here.
Is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 8? Sorry, no, tomorrow at 5 p.m.
I think that might be.
The thing you're commentating on?
I think that might be commentated by yours truly.
There we go. So another reason to join the people. Oh no, hang on a minute. I'm going to be simultaneously commentating on this main event. No,
Yeah, I
don't go
don't know
over
if
there.
you want to advertise
Whoa,
this one.
hang on a minute now. This is a conflict of interest.
I want to throw another piece of information in the mix, and you can tell me how you want to take it.
If Jamie Crusader is going to be joining you, is that another reason to go to your stream or mine?
Well, I would maybe argue it's a reason to go, but you might argue it's a reason to stay on your stream. I
She's
don't
an
know.
unpleasant person, to be honest.
She has her ups and downs.
I'm going to be joined by Tyler Patterson.
Okay.
Which I know is going to be box office tomorrow.
I like Tyler.
Yeah.
This is strong. We have a whole thing going here.
Can't believe we can have. Okay, I tell you what. Most people have more than one device these days. Watch us both simultaneously, simulcast it on your TVs, those fancy TVs that can split the screen, or if you're doing it remotely, bring your iPad with you. Watch one of us on the phone, one of us on the iPad. How about that?
But you know, use the volume of the stream that Jamie's on.
I know where my mute button is.
Yeah, when you sat down, I thought you might be like, Eastern Europe.
That just sounded like a fun one. Are you familiar with King Back, Wenji, Daphne Springs, Evelyn Gonzalez, Billy Love and Soy?
Yes.
Oh, you were born over
What was the
there?
question?
Born in Belarus.
I'm just interested to know
You speak the language still?
their creators. What do they create? It's content.
last
Could be
guy sitting in
content
your
creation,
seat.
right?
I think content would
Yeah.
probably be the safest
He
answer.
actually lives in South Florida now, I think.
I've always
Yep.
objected to being labeled a content creator because
Fun
it
guy.
just feels like one of
When
those
it
new
comes to being
words
a
for
Russian
something we
speaker,
already
that's
have.
Yeah,
word
yeah,
for
we don't
today,
get
so
that, buddy. We're over 35.
okay.
Yeah, it's just like
We're not allowed to use that
Not a good
misnomer. Leave the content creation to the kids. We're podcasting and commentating. Did I just... Oh, never mind. I thought I saw ace 4 suited into the muck, but...
500.
500,000.
squeeze from Cervantes.
This could go a number of ways here.
Interesting spot now for health.
Yeah.
Feel like
it's a bit much to be back jamming.
Is it a case of once bitten, twice shy by this man?
Yeah. Certainly could be. It's a big re-raise. Obviously, calling isn't that comfortable, but on the other hand, you're in position.
Oh, yeah?
You have a
He's
strong
more than
hand
good
that
now.
plays fairly
Yeah, I'll go
easily.
away.
When you hit, you mostly have top pairs. Or sorry, I should say
Like
top
your
pair, top
parents or
kicker.
like your grandparents?
My grandparents came here.
Does he ever find a non-all-in size and treat this ace-queen like the sort of really nice bluff
Yeah, my
candidate,
great-uncle came to,
blocking
like,
the really
New York
strong
in, like,
stuff?
the
Find the
1910s.
1.1.
He's probably the first one.
Just
come over.
make the call.
I think it's certainly something you could consider.
Well, this may involve some acting. This may take place over the next 3 or 4 minutes. But I feel as though these two hands are going to now show down for all of the chips.
Yeah, I was about to say this flop actually makes the hand a lot less interesting because on different textures, you know, we might see either player find some pretty interesting bluffs or maneuver in different ways, but this board, they kind of just play their hands, honestly, because they both have a very strong hand.
This is a miles ahead or miles behind kind of situation. Not much reason for health to do anything other than flat, I feel.
Yeah, and I don't even know if he really ever wants to play any sort of raises here anyways. Obviously, he can throw some raises in there, but doesn't make a lot of sense to when he has a strong hand. It's usually a hand that doesn't require any protection. Doesn't really have many sixes in this node, if any. Ten semi-interesting.
Yeah.
In the sense that, you know, held could have queen 10 suited. Held could have pocket 10s. Probably more likely to have pocket 10s than queen 10 suited, but both of those do exist, so your hand's a little less of the nuts at this point.
700.
700,000.
Still just going to go for it, it looks like.
Yeah.
Held's starting to feel a bit uncomfortable here.
Yeah, kings is the hand that sort of looms large right now.
Yeah, it's like, while Cervantes feels pretty good about it because Held does a lot more stuff like king, queen suited, and he doesn't very often, if ever, have kings or aces. Cervantes has all of that, so Held's ace queen feels a lot less like the nuts here.
Well, Cervantes has ace-king in his range, and Held doesn't have ace-king in his, and probably doesn't have tens or jacks either. I think they would have gone on pre, so maybe Cervantes fires this last shell and really puts health in the blender for the rest. No, he just knuckles it back
I think we're both
in
happy
fear
with
of
that.
Queen Jack.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think that might be a mandatory check because
I take it. No need for blood in the streets last.
Yeah.
I would say you're probably happier than he is.
What happened? I missed it.
Check.
the problem with betting river is that
You're not
King
targeting
Queen might
anything
fold.
anymore.
Next time
Yeah, you now lose to a few more hands. King Queen might fold, and you're almost over-upping your hand when you have so many combos of straights.
Yeah.
So
Full houses,
backjam would have
over pairs.
got me the hand.
Yeah, the function would only be to bluff out the chop.
Yeah.
Maybe same result.
Yeah, maybe I still call.
Yeah.
Which is not really something that you're looking to do when you're playing sort of like a closer to chip lead versus chip lead spot
Was
deep
maybe
in a big
considered.
10K tournament.
It's a little bit over.
Feels like a really unnecessary amount of variance to target one type of hand.
No,
that
I
you're
like
blocking.
that. I like that, yeah. It's good.
I hated everything about that spot post flop.
You could tell. Health was in a very uncomfortable situation there.
I mean, C-bet, sure.
Yeah.
The turn bet.
Yeah, it's getting a little salty here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a pretty good board for me. It's
Yeah.
a pretty good board for me.
Definitely not.
Double barrel into that? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Has
Maybe
to
not.
be.
Maybe
Raise
not.
150. Worst meter road.
Could go either way here, Schulman. 3-bet not unreasonable. Flat certainly, at the very least.
I feel like Schulman just always flats here, but...
Anybody ready for...
And I don't blame him or anything. I mean, this
Finish
is... We're playing in position. We have a
in the
nice hand
Go to
to
the
take a
room?
flop with, but
Anybody?
he has surprised me in the past
For sure.
with certain hands.
I'm a little tired.
Today is
Seems
a
like-
pretty long day, huh?
Seems like twice the length of yesterday.
Yeah, I agree.
By flatting, he
Yesterday
will
was so
earn
nice.
himself a C-bet here.
Perfect
One would
structure.
assume.
5 levels, no dinner break. It's perfect.
Guys,
Get done 9 o'clock, 8:30.
guys, if you hear this,
75K.
make it the same structure as yesterday all the days.
300,000.
Schulman's raising
Everybody
right
loved it.
away.
And he did that with the King Queen earlier, we
Yeah.
saw as well.
Right.
So definitely seems to be his
For
modus
a
when he
tournament like
flops.
this, it's
So
perfect.
Top
cool,
pair,
no
decent
dinner break,
kicker.
you guys
Yeah.
bet early.
Immediately
Yeah,
just
you
takes
can
the
go
initiative
wherever
there,
you
doesn't
want
want
on
another
the
card
road.
to come off.
Yes, it's the best.
No, heady side.
I think as long as he's doing that with some of the best kickers, it's quite good. Especially in these spots like where he's in position and there's a number of draws, he can potentially
75 dinner.
check back turn
It's
and pick
okay,
off
but
some
like,
bluffs.
Like, where can you
It's
really
when you
go
start
75 minutes?
delving down
Also
into like
just
the
the
king
stress level.
sevens,
I'd never
where it
eat
gets
on
really
dinner break.
problematic, and now you're
Come back and play
forcing your
some more
opponent to
levels
fold a
too.
number of
Yeah,
hands
and
that
then
you're
you're, like,
beating and
feeling
stay
bad
in with
for
only hands that
exactly
you're
the
losing
time.
to.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm good. Also, it's like, can you really not just play 3 more hours and eat then? I mean, 1.5 is so.
Yeah,
I mean,
today
you
would be
compare it
longer
to
day.
yesterday, it's like 1.5 hours you would have had to play more, right?
Yeah, and then the bubble took a while, so there's a little extra time there too.
Does it kill anybody to not eat for another 1.5 hours? Also, you can order
Probably
food to
not.
the table, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
The 25s?
Are we cutting up the blue?
I don't think so. You want
Maybe downsizing?
Okay, I was gonna say I can give him 100. So you
Oh,
can
I meant
Maybe
like
downsizing
four.
some blues.
30-60.
We still need blue tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is. That's not a
Yeah,
full.
he doesn't have it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll keep mine.
Wait. Can I tell you?
2?
Raise 350.
1, 2. Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect, thank you.
A moment ago, these guys were talking up the day 2 structure of the tournament and how they decided to, instead of playing a few levels, dinner, come back, they just did 5 straight levels, leave for the night.
Love it.
That's one of my favorite things when a tournament does that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if that becomes the shape of the rest of this tournament. I don't think we have to squeeze in more than 5 levels a day to finish this one out.
Yeah.
So I would assume Matt's going to be keeping tabs on the attrition rate. If we can get down to 60 or so tonight, and then maybe we can get down to 22, 24 tomorrow. Why play another level? You're going to get to where you need to get to. Okay, maybe sometimes you do. Yes, so maybe sometimes you do a slightly longer day 5, but that's okay. They have the next day off.
Yeah.
So that feels good.
And also that's 15 people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas when you got a tournament with thousands of people, it's really nice to just let everyone leave for dinner. You don't have to crowd the same 3 restaurants at the Wynn. You can make your way out all over the strip.
Lovely.
Kevin really looks like he didn't want to let that 10 high go. Does eventually kick it in.
$350.
Raise 350.
Take it. Take it.
Whoa.
Take it.
Take it all.
That is a massive raise size there by Held.
King 4.
Almost as good.
Small blind limp in.
7x.
7x. I haven't seen that in a while. They were quite deep.
Oh. You want me to get a rack for I can buy some.
You want to get rid of some? I can take it.
Once it's been all the way around, the big point is active. All subsequent actions are worth 30 seconds apiece. You're going to start today with 3 gold time extension chips. You're going to receive 3 more at the first break of day number 2, 3 more when we're down to 3 tables, and 3 more again at the final table. If your clock hits 0 and you have not completed your action, the dealer is going to add 30 seconds to your clock automatically. And the last one of those time extension chips once your action is complete.
You can almost feel the end of day setting in on these players.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a war-torn vibe. Everyone's ready to get some rest.
The dealers will be announcing all change in bet size prior to starting the clock for the next player. This does include every all-in bet. For this reason, for this point forward, being all chip stacks, we have a clean stacks of 20. Again, just to summarize, 15 seconds for your first action, 30 seconds for all the remaining ones. Time extensions are worth 30 seconds apiece. Dealers will be counting all bet sizes prior to starting the clock for the next player. We're on the new line now, 5 and 10,000 lines, 10,000.
Potential danger for Cervantes here. Every reason to believe his hand is good. No bets go in though.
Interesting check back. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah, 4s really do benefit from even a small bet there. Looks like Cervantes is just going to try and get this one to showdown now, allowing these overcards peel off. Obviously, as played, he's ended up saving himself chips, but Strange line.
That's good.
Yeah, far from the standard that you would normally see, but
well, speaking of standards, the absolute standard in HD poker tables are the BB Lumen Authentic World Poker Tour Experience tables, used in all of our events, and are now available to you for your home game, for your poker club, for your little tournament series you might be running in a bingo hall somewhere. You can choose from multiple WPT designed layouts, each crafted to capture the energy and prestige of this WPT tour. Printed on the premium suede material. Do you like a suede? I like a brushed suede.
I love a good suede.
Feels good.
Yeah.
These surfaces combine stunning visuals, water resistance, and exceptional card glide, which, as we all know, is a must.
Don't downplay that card glide.
Oh.
All right. It's very important.
Sticky table. Nobody wants that.
Nobody likes a sticky table.
1, 2, 3, 4. So be your big blind.
Unbelievable.
Sounds like we're down to 4 more hands. Is that what I hear in the background?
I thought the sale was already horrible. Now I'm ending on the big blind.
Would you start with?
Yeah, 4 more hands.
I'm not.
Can I just point out, Constantine Hout just went for a little moment there. Oh, now I'm going to finish in the big blind with his 10 million chips.
Well, he really should have thought about that 4 hands ago and taken an extra few seconds to, you
No, I
know?
was tilted.
Yeah.
I know.
If it's going to bug you, maybe you should plan that one out.
It did work.
He does have an out. If someone was to be brought to their table.
Wild hand on the bubble. I started with 2 mil and still had to make a call for my turn in life before the money.
No, not possible.
Oh yeah?
Oh, I did make a turn
Against
call for my turn in life. Against
that moment is already passed.
Calvin.
Oh yeah, my buddies at EJ.
And actually, I don't think they're allowed bringing new players during the
wild
last exams. I think that's a rule.
That's
TDA rule.
probably a good rule.
It's a TDA rule.
I don't want to sit here for an extra 8 minutes while they mic a guy up.
Yeah.
I had some pretty...
Or lady.
Yeah,
Little something here for both players. Lipton, ignorant end of this straight. Cervantes surely comes out betting now on the turn. Plenty to target.
That's the guy I think it is. I busted him as well.
Oh yeah?
I mean, to be fair, I busted basically.
Slightly awkward one here for Lipton.
Oh, he busted later then?
Yeah, later.
Then I was thinking of
What's
something.
that?
Yeah, later.
Just a slightly awkward one here for
name,
Lipton.
But just from
Yeah,
looking
certainly.
At the names that you say.
I'm not sure what CT was, but he had like a camel hat on.
He's played it in a way where he must expect to see a bet quite a bit, but
yeah. But he was there for that hand.
maybe not.
He said it was a pretty sick one.
Maybe his opponent expects to see a lot of
Not one you see every day.
things like Jack 9 suit, or sorry, Queen 9 type of stuff, and doesn't feel like he's going to get his opponents fold too often.
Is that the best haircut you've ever made, you think?
Probably.
Biggest, yeah.
I mean,
It's hard to get bigger than that.
It's for 38 start sticks with 3 people to the money. And if I'm wrong, I'm out.
Very wrong.
Yeah, but if you're right, then you have piles.
And I did have piles.
So. There's always a flip side.
Raise 100.
You're not wrong.
I like the little dance you did when you called them.
Yeah, you said you gave a nice
There was a little dance.
Yeah,
there was a little dance. Which I have never done in my life.
So I haven't got a party. There are 65 players left out there in the field.
There's definitely some celebrating going on.
As we go into these last 3 hands
We're talking
on
shit
each
about
table.
my dancing though.
Oh yeah.
Which I thought was
good or bad.
Oh, very bad.
Really getting down to it very quickly.
I started my dance by flipping over my chair.
Oh, okay.
We had well over 100 when we sat down 2 levels ago.
Yeah.
Are we going to get to witness your dance tonight?
I doubt it.
After bagging?
You saw it, so you can just show us.
It was
I would do it for.
Yeah.
Dancing?
Yeah.
Shepard feels like a guy who might
dancing
get
is not one
after
of
it
my
the last
strongest.
few hands of the table.
Yeah, but he might be given the opportunity this time.
Barry.
But they don't have to talk.
Look
shit.
at
Barry
this.
Schulman. This is
He
what I'm
has
talking
an
about. Barry
BBO.
does some unexpected stuff. This is the type of board he might feel like is a little better for him.
Yeah.
I
And
told
very
someone
hard
today,
with
I
just
feel
King
like that
Jack,
was
or sorry, with just Queen
the
9 here to
strongest
do
outburst of
anything.
emotion
Obviously,
I
you do
ever
have
had
that
in a
little hint of a
Because usually
6-8
when you win something big or whatever, you
running
kind of know
flush
what's gonna
cards.
happen,
Is going to
right?
float him.
Like this time,
Yeah, Shepard's going nowhere.
when
This
it
is
happens, you're
a
like
near
super happy, but
pot-sized
not
bet on
like-
the flop.
You're not like that
Dreamy
genuine
turn card for
spontaneous
Shepard
celebration.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously overtakes some hands that might do this. Has to be still a little bit worried though.
Oh, the second biggest
Oh,
problem is opening
brakes
the
have been
mystery bounty
pumped.
that big, because that also is like from nowhere.
I was going to say I would not be surprised to see a
mystery
check back
was
here. I
online,
think
but with 26K.
the idea being,
$200
I think Shepard's call on the flop implies that he
What was the biggest
doesn't
one
believe this
in the
lead
night
at all.
tournament?
So if you don't believe,
that
you
was
might
one of
check
the
back the
giant
queen
ones.
and try to
Only
let
like
your opponent bluff
100,
river.
or like maybe even 500K, I think.
And if all of that is true, you obviously
was a
need to
package.
call this river.
Yeah, and there it is.
Yeah, his execution of his hand was really, really nice. Because, yeah, obviously he got lucky on the turn, but he just wins on the turn normally by betting. Barry gave him the chance to win the pot.
Check, check. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, very nice from
If he had,
Shepard.
if we had seen a blank on the turn, I mean.
He led big blind. Call. Check, check, king.
Check.
Check the turn and then he bet. Okay. Thank you. Two more, I guess.
It's a very frustrating hand if you're Barry because.
Well, you
know,
first of all feel like that lead maybe could have worked a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you see the Queen 9, you're thinking, oh man, he's really just never folding to me.
100.
Raise 100.
Getting after it. As the dust settles on this evening. Constantine Helt. 8 figures in his stack. Awkward one here for Shepard.
This could be a nice 3-bet candidate.
Oh, look at you. Seeing the future, Jesse Sylvia.
You know
These
what?
guys are too sharp these days,
Ascension
Lappin.
falls.
They're just finding the blocker every time.
Lovely
Executing.
work from Shepard here. 2 hands in a row.
Getting through immediately.
Really flexing now
No.
at the end of this evening.
Oh,
Not a
it's
hand you
it's
want
not
to
that
really
good of a hand,
call.
but
So
it's a
just
hand that
deciding,
doesn't
actually, maybe I can use the ace blocker.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the fact that Health is probably
And one
opening
of
a
the
little
big
wider
reasons
at
it's
this
Alfie
exact
on stream.
situation
I've always
than he
been.
maybe would otherwise. He did have a legit hand, of course, but still
That's
managed to get that legit hand to fold.
Where's the
Really,
stream
really
on
nice.
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
And the fact that he snap folded a hand as strong as ace-9 suited, I'm not saying he can't fold that hand, but
I can't
leads
believe
me
how
to
good my
believe that
magical candy worked
3-bet
for
was
that-
going to
that
work
guy over there.
just a bit too often
crazy.
in that
Magical
exact
candy.
moment.
I appreciate that.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, he had like no chips. I gave it to him. He wins ace king suited versus aces.
Oh, wow.
Just runs it out.
All right.
So if we're at the same table tomorrow, ask me for one.
Yeah, I definitely will.
It worked for 2 people. Out of 2.
What's the last hand?
Sounds like there's some sort of
A little bit of bitterness there.
No, I think he was saying there was something that they both did, like it was like a superstitious thing before they got
Okay.
it in. I might be wrong here.
Okay.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt to not just be throwing salt out there after losing the small pot.
Best hand shown.
Held does
And-
not feel like a salty sort of guy. I
No,
think
no, it
he's-
just seemed a little out of character, but it could have
Yeah.
been with the rueful smile. Well, with that, that is the end of the night. We see there Constantine Helt, 10 million still, the only player with an 8-figure stack. John Hennigan, some tremendous work there. We only spent 3 hours with this group. They really did put on a show. Gotta say, I was very impressed by the canny Schulman reeling back the years. They get it quietly approach a Hennigan. Cervantes showed some gears. Lipton hung tough, and Shepard played very well, it must be said, and also, of course, rode his luck earlier on today. I got word from out in the field right there, last hand of the night on an outer table. Sohaib Porbandrwala. 3-bet, 5-bet, ace-10 against kings. Spike the ace on the turn to be second in chips now, 6.3 million. Expect him in the mix tomorrow. 64 players remain. Jesse Sylvia and David Lappin signing out until tomorrow. We'll see you then, guys.